okay, let me get this straight. There's a hurricane coming, and he's going to get stoned with his wiener in his hand.
Hold on. While providing you with a free breast augmentation, so you have cleavage to look like Red Rock Amphitheater. and I want to do mornings on the mountain with Jamie and let BJ play Taylor Swift record.
Get out of here. You get out of here.
How do you even follow that?
I don't know.
You don't follow it.
I swear to God.
See you guys later. Bye-bye. I came in like a hurricane.
Hell just happened.
Yeah, it was more of a hurricane with you than the storm.
BJ's like, why did I call him?
I know.
Oh, I think that'd be I just blew my wad.
Whoa.
I think it's time for us to say
Everyone
goodbye.
be safe. Everyone, hopefully down in Fort Myers areas will be all right.
Yeah, we're thinking about you.
Heather Wiz, Iggy, the Teeth of Donkey, is his Asian Invasion hot wife.
Good luck.
Good luck.
Pedro the pool noodle.
Pedro the pool noodle. With his 7 kids and his flight attendant wife. Lummy is going to help me blitz back off my smart car.
Don't hurt him.
Watch for falling AC units.
Get my side-by-side out. Then I'm going to try to see if I can fix the wiring on it.
Everyone stay safe.
And I'm going to try to do updates.
Me too.
You think the streets around here, Blitz, will be barren? I don't think there'll be anybody around.
There's no one.
And if you're feeling very, ambitious, make it to my house. So
Not in that day.
My house is open for you guys.
Everybody, be safe. We are scheduled to be back Friday. That's if we got power or internet.
Yep.
More importantly, if you live in Florida where this is hitting, be safe, hunker down. We love you guys.
Thanks for letting me finish.
You've been listening to the Bubba the Love Sponge Show, starring
me, Bubba the Love Sponge,
operations manager and co-host Blitz K,
co-host and show historian Lumix,
co-host Anna Hummel,
co-host Dr. Dan Diaco Esquire of Council, co-host J. Diaco Esquire, the Spitting Cobra of Council,
Brett, the Filthy Ginger video editor,
the BRN agent Thomas Buttoned Up B,
and for everything else, go to thebubbaarmy.com.
Now, time for the legal disclaimer.
Exactly.
The Bubba the Love Sponge Show is intended solely for the enjoyment of our listening audience. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or other use of this show without express written consent of the Bubba Radio Network is prohibited.
We must cross the line and did something that was, No, and that's the thing. What do you consider? I mean, I might have crossed. No, I don't. I consider crossing the line. You and I can have as much beef as we want. We never.
WTYC, Altamont Springs, WFYY, HD3, Windermere, WXUS, HD3, Dunellen, Ocala.
The Bubba the Love Sponge Show is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. Again, that's 1-800-747-3733.
Have you downloaded the Florida Man Radio app from your app store yet? Want to know what you're missing out on?
Yes.
Let's break it down. Use the open mic feature to record a 30-second voice message for Bubba the Love Sponge, Justin Clark, or Shannon Burke, and we could play it live on the radio. Catch up on podcasts from all your favorite shows and get all the news you need to know in one spot. And of course, you can listen to Florida Man Radio live from anywhere, 24/7. The Florida Man Radio app. Download it today.
Hey, it's Bubba, and if you're looking to get more performance out of your engine, then check out the pros at BLP Racing Products. Joe and his team manufacture high-end fuel systems, drive components, and engines accessories for pros and enthusiasts. Plus, they stock one of the largest Holley carburetor parts inventories in the country. Everything is American-made and built custom to your specs. I've been around racing a long time, and BLP Products is top-notch. Check them out at BLP.com. That's BLP.com, and make sure you tell them Bubba Army.
Let's face it, glasses and contacts are a hassle. Stop switching from glasses to sunglasses when you go outside, or hunting for cheaters whenever you're in front of the computer or reading a book. Make life easy and text JVC to 868686 and schedule a LASIK consult with the Filatowski Eye Institute. Worried about expenses? No problem. They offer 24-month interest-free financing to qualified patients. So don't wait another minute and text JVC to 868686 and get rid of those glasses.
Bubba the Love Sponge.
Hey, it's Bubba the Love Sponge. Listen every weekday mornings right here on Florida Man Radio. Powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
We Weekends are made for RVing. Whether you're a newbie or a seasoned pro, listen to RV Hour, powered by Giant Recreation World. RV Hour, Saturday mornings at 10 a.m. on Florida Man Radio.
Getting old is fake news.
Hey, it's Shannon Burke, and I'm here to tell you how T-Clinics USA is making men great again in Orlando. If you're slowing down a little bit, it could be your testosterone. Get it checked out at T-Clinics USA, just like I did. Yep, you heard me right. I'm getting the testosterone level back up to where it was years ago. Improve your life with T-Clinics USA.
Making men great again in Orlando.
Visit tclinicsusa.com or call 407-878-7889. T-Clinics, 407-878-7889.
Tremendous.
The threat of a tropical storm or hurricane can cause stress and anxiety. Take precautions now and make sure you have reliable vendors should you need them. Stay safe. Thanks to Disaster Management Recovery Group at disastermrg.com and Bolts Legal at boltslegal.com.
Welcome, everybody, and thanks for tuning in. I'm your host, Smokey Cole Bear, filling in for Smokey on his birthday. Because after 75 years of...
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Turns out there's much more to say. Just look at the news. Nearly 90% of wildfires are caused by us humans being careless. And I'm not just talking about obvious things like campfires or letting your totally sweet nephew, Francis, play with matches. I'm talking about dumping your used barbecue coals willy-nilly or parking your car on tall, dry grass. That can lead to poof. Guess the song was wrong. We did start the fire. But listen. Being a South Carolinian, I respect Mother Nature and her trees, whether coniferous, deciduous, or new car scented. So if you love the outdoors like me, go to SmokeyBear.com to learn more about wildfire prevention, because fire safety is always in season. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
When it comes to parenting, there are no perfect answers. But that's okay, because you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Teens in foster care will love you just the same.
For more information on adoption, visit adoptuskids.org. A message from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
The Justin Clark Show on Florida Man Radio.
Do you swear to tell the truth? The whole truth? And nothing but the truth?
You want answers? You want answers?
I want the truth!
You can't handle the truth!
Well, hello, Florida.
Florida, how are you doing today?
It's Chad and Joey in for the Justin Clark Show on the Florida Man Radio Network, here with Steadman, here with the lovely Mia. We kind of threw her in here at the last minute. She handles all of our social media here in the Orlando market. So I'm excited to hear her take on some of the things we're going to talk about, Joey. Because Mia is, how old are you, Mia? 16, 17?
20.
Oh, you're 20.
Oh, we're close.
So as old men here in the building, and I no offense, Steadman, but as older men over here.
Wow, you went right to him.
No, no offense to, I mean, I know you, and I can offend you all day long, Joey.
Yes.
Steadman, I'm still getting to know, and I love him. I just don't want to offend him right off the bat.
And I am younger than you, so I can't.
Yeah, you're younger by what, 3,
I'm not
4 years?
actually 75 years old. My hair looks like I would be.
The hair in my beard looks like I'm getting to that age, too, as well. It's having
I'm
children.
49, just for full disclosure.
All right, see, we're very close to all the same age. Mia has a much different perspective on life.
Yes.
All these big things are happening, especially here in Central Florida today. We wanted to get her perspective. And one of the biggest things in Central Florida that
everyone's talking about it right now.
We've been talking about it. We've been talking about it here all morning. We've been talking about it for weeks leading up to it. Midget wrestling.
Nope. Micro wrestling, Chad.
Oh, excuse me. It's micro wrestling? You can't say midget wrestling?
You have to be politically correct now.
So, of course, we were going to talk about all the crazy stuff with Ian. Of course, we will get to that, the latest things that are going on. But as we were going on the air, Mia showed us pictures from last night out at UCF at one of the bars there. They had micro wrestling. So you can't say midgets anymore?
Not supposed to.
Not supposed to.
So how would so it was legit. Get closer to that mic, Mia. So legit, you go to this bar. What is it called? Is it the Knights Library? Okay. You go out to this bar, very famous bar out by UCF here in Orlando.
Pay maybe $5.
And then you get in. They have the wrestling ring inside the bar.
Inside the bar, full wrestling ring.
That's crazy, and they're just throwing around little people.
Yep, all night.
Why didn't you tell me about this?
Free drinks.
I believe it's vertically challenged.
Oh, excuse me.
That's another PC term.
Yeah, maybe you could have entered in as a micro wrestler.
That's not. Wow. I'm not that short.
Wow, shots fired. Shots
I
fired.
am an average male at 5'8". That's what I've heard. Well, it used to be average.
Short king.
There's a joke in there somewhere, but I'm going to leave that one.
I mean, why
a lot
not?
of things about you, average Chad.
It's our hurricane day. We can be all the nasty that we want to be today,
That's
Joey.
true. Yes, yes, that's the biggest story in Orlando right now. Micro
Yes.
wrestling.
Micro wrestling out of the night library.
That's all that's on my Snapchat right now from UCF.
Steadman,
no one seems to care.
What were we talking about? What maybe they do the micro wrestling, and then what was the next game they
And
could
then
play?
I was thinking human beer pong, where you actually take one of these guys. And, you know, I mean, you can score free beer thanks to the micro folks.
So wait. So here's my question. Thinking back to this game now, would there be a slingshot involved?
Oh my gosh, yes!
There would
and
have to be.
You'd have to get like the giant Tuffy trash cans. Like, you know, when you go tailgating sometimes,
Yes.
they play like big size
Yeah,
beer
yeah,
pong. You get the gigantic trash cans, you get a slingshot, and you got aim.
I'm just thinking of Wee Man as you're talking about this.
Exactly, that's where I was going
I
with.
see
Yes,
Wee Man
Jackass, yes.
shooting into a gigantic trash
And you
can.
can pick your favorite micro wrestler, and he can score you beer.
You bet on the micro wrestler.
Exactly.
I can't say micro wrestler is very hard to say. Is it not to you?
No.
Midget wrestling just flows off the tongue, I feel like.
Well, like you said before, as the older generation, you're so used to using those words that you can't use anymore.
Like I vividly remember being your age, being an intern in Tampa at 98 Rock at Bubba's old station.
Right.
And we used to talk about midget porn all the time. That was just a thing. And midget amputee porn, that was the thing back then.
You're already off the rails, and it's
Sorry.
only 10:08 in the morning.
Good Lord.
I have an old friend who had a phobia of micros.
Micros. So it's legit micro people now.
No, that's not. I think it's micro wrestling. They don't get called micro people.
I think that we need to do a Florida Man Radio tournament both in Fort Walton Beach and here in Orlando, a micro wrestling tournament. That would be phenomenal.
Get the winner of the Fort Walton Beach and the winner of Orlando.
And
We
head-to-head.
meet somewhere.
Meet in Gainesville.
Yeah,
halfway.
centrally located. And
Yeah.
Then,
And then you go hard. And then you do the little people tossing or the micro tossing.
Micro tossing.
Micro
beer pong.
Trademark that right now.
Somebody get on that. This is the next big thing.
It's ironic because it's technically jumbo pong, but you have to call it micro.
That is true.
Well, that's pretty deep today.
Ah.
Must be the low pressure causing
Peeling
causing
the layers
deep.
back.
I
We're
like
already
it.
off the tray.
Yes.
Off the rails.
Okay.
Yeah.
But back to the actual big story going on here in Central Florida. Hurricane Ian.
I just am picturing Wee Man flying through the air into a garbage can. That's all I want to see.
For the next 2 hours. This is all Chad is going to be talking about.
What else could you
There
do?
we go, we're off the rails.
Okay. Yes, the huge story. And we will joke about this, of course, because that's what we do. But the gigantic story, major Hurricane Ian sitting right off the coast of Fort Myers, basically. It's 2 miles an hour away from being a Cat 5 storm, which I don't think anybody, from what I was listening to today, no one saw this hurricane intensifying that much as it's getting ready to hit a major population center in South Florida.
It's definitely gotten a lot faster than they predicted.
I have Ian music.
This is Ian music?
All right. Do I have to put one hand over my ear? Like,
the latest.
It's just off the coast of Cape Coral right now.
I don't know. Are
looking
you
at the
actually
radar.
getting things from Morse code? Is that what?
Is it SOS to all of Florida? No, sorry, you said it's
impending hurricane.
I was just thinking if I ever had to use Morse code, but no.
There's SOS. That's the only thing I know.
How do you do it?
What's the?
We are screwed.
I know that only from Stranger Things.
Oh,
If you've not seen that last couple episodes, they use Morse code when they're in the Upside Down.
Yes.
Remember that?
I do remember that now. Correct.
All right.
But
Off the rails.
The eye is right off the coast of Cape Coral. But yeah, like Chad said, right now, 155-mile-an-hour winds.
Is it 155 mile an hour?
Which is
That's Cat 5, isn't it?
Which is weird. Some places you look, Cat 5 starts at 155. Some places you look, it starts at 157. It's moving northeast, 10
Cat 4.
miles
It
an
is Cat
hour.
4.
It's still a Cat 4. Is expected to hit land within the next couple hours, it looks like, depending on its latest track. So here in Central Florida, we're preparing as best we can. And everyone up in the Emerald Coast, luckily you guys have been spared from this one, it looks like. You may get some of the rain bands, but other than that, you guys get to enjoy a nice little Wednesday. Is it Wednesday? I don't even know what day
It's beautiful up there right now, though, in the Emerald Coast. Like that dry air is kind of coming in. I know that's going to be a little cooler,
sucking all the humidity.
Yeah, that is a perfect day on the beach. Can we trade that? Can we take the JVC helicopter and go work from Fort Walton Beach, Destin today?
Think we can make it by the time of the show? We can just do a live recording from the helicopter?
Absolutely. That adds to the ambiance when you have a helicopter in the background.
Well,
it's
because
like our old buddy, what's
hey,
his face?
Steadman, this is Chad from the helicopter.
It's like the traffic reports from, what's our buddy? Paul Lavoie. Remember him? He's up in the helicopter every day doing the traffic reports.
Now, because we are a responsible news outlet, we are going to take the 11 o'clock update live and broadcast it to you folks. So, we're trying to add some levity here. I realize it's not a very funny situation today, but we're trying the best we can because we're here working, we're live, so we might as well laugh a little bit.
And we are not going to talk about the hurricane the whole. Believe me, we will not talk about the hurricane the whole time. Especially if you're on the Emerald Coast, you're probably laughing at us, smiling and waving. Thank God it's not hitting here. But yeah, we do have to talk about where it's going, some of the latest information, and some of the biggest news that we just got is Publix. The Publix here locally and along the coast in South Florida was going to stay open until 7, right? And now
as of last night, it was 6, but it's just been updated. Publix's here in Central Florida are going to be closing at noon today.
Which sucks because after we were done here, I was going to go buy some last-minute stuff.
Absolutely.
Because I am not prepared.
I need a pub sub.
Oh, pub sub would be delicious.
Order it now.
Oh, yeah.
You could order it now, have it delivered. Done.
We haven't seen anything on Target or Walmart, but they kind of will stay open until the very end.
Until they cannot
Until
stay
they
open.
literally cannot take any more customers in.
Who do you think has a stricter open policy, Disney or Walmart?
Disney.
That's a good question.
Oh, yeah, Disney for sure.
I would say.
What about Waffle House? You got to throw Waffle House in that conversation.
That was the big thing. Everyone was posting from Tampa area that they know this is a legitimate storm because all the Waffle Houses are closing.
I wonder,
it's
are
the
they-
Waffle House Index.
That's the warning sign.
That is. Shoot us a text or you can give us a call, 321-339-1055, 321-339-1055. Our Orlando, Central Florida area Waffle House is closed yet. We didn't pass it on our way in today, I don't think. I didn't.
The couple I know, no, we didn't pass. But
shoot us a text, give us a call. Would love to know if Waffle House is open. That's when you know crap's about to hit the fan.
That's right.
When the Waffle House closes. They are literally, and that is a study that has been done by the federal government. When Waffle House closes, you know you have to prepare for some catastrophes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, forget DEF CON. This is Waffle House.
Yeah, Waffle House level
Waffle
crap.
Exactly. We're smothered and covered. We're smothered and covered.
Well, I'm hungry. It sounds delicious. I do know that Lowe's they're not sure what time they're closing locally throughout Central and South Florida. I called this morning because I need a grill. I forgot that my pellet grill is electric. I was like, well, what the hell am I supposed to do when the lights go out?
I never thought about that those are electric.
Pellet is electric, and I never would have thought about it until just yesterday. So I've talked to my wife and let me get one of those really nice flat top grills, the Blackstones.
Like the hibachi ones?
Yeah, then they're super nice. I mean, you can cook anything on them. So I told Kelly, it's like, I'm going to have a smoker on this side, flat top on this side. I never have to cook inside ever again. You know, her response was you don't cook. But Kelly, I will if you let me get this. So I called Lowe's.
Will you, though?
Yeah, absolutely.
I know you well enough.
I know I won't, but I want it anyways, just in case. So I called Lowe's, and they said, we're not sure when we're closing at noon or at 3 today. And I said, well, if I order something, can you tell me I'm going to get it? No, we can't confirm that. You just have to come to the store. It's like, okay, well, fine. So we do know those few places are still open, at least until noon for those last minute preps they need to make.
And in the Central Florida area, places are still giving out sandbags if you need them.
Yeah.
Be sure to look wherever you live, your city. They'll have any up-to-date information.
And I want to share real quick. Family. I have a family text. There's like 11 of us in my wife's family. We all kind of text each other. And my sister-in-law has added a couple of really good tips. And these are just friendly reminders to each of you out there as well. Try to freeze your water bottles to keep your refrigerator colder for longer if the power goes out. And then you can drink them as they defrost.
I did that.
That's genius.
That's a good one.
I know.
Got
That's a good
frozen sandwich baggies of water in my freezer right now.
Yeah, and there's also fill your bathtub up with water.
That's the one I was going to say.
Yeah, go ahead.
You got to clean your bathtub out, though, first.
Yes. That
Don't
way,
forget
if
that.
for some reason you lose utilities, you have water in a tub that you can then flush your toilet with.
Oh, so can I ask you this question? I thought about it this morning because one of my favorite things, one of my favorite pastimes to relax a little bit is to go take a number 2 in my toilet room to get away from my wife, get away from my child.
Mm-hmm.
If the power's out, does the toilet still flush? How does that work?
Yes, toilets aren't controlled by electricity.
I understand, but why do they say so you can flush your toilet when the power goes out?
You can also use it for water if you need it. But if you lose utilities, let's say a water main breaks and you don't have the
And then you
ability
can't
to
flush?
get water, you don't have, utilities are shut off. So you cannot flush your toilets. You can't use your showers.
Oh.
So you can then use that water. It'll still flush, but if you have to pipe the water into it, so it'll actually go
flush
through.
it. I get that. Okay, that makes sense. So the utilities have to go down before your toilet has to flush. I'm sorry. I was very, very worried about that this morning.
Yes.
I almost told Kelly. I was like,
if you lose power, you'll still be able to go number 2.
Okay.
If you lose utilities,
then you're screwed.
You may want to hold it in.
Well, no, then we're going to a hotel. That's what's happening. Or if we're out of power for more than 24 hours, I'm going to a hotel.
Well, in Central Florida, some of the things I was reading yesterday is if you were planning on escaping to a hotel, some of them are cutting off your check-in time for today.
Wait, what?
So we had talked about maybe escaping to Disney because they have allegedly have their own power grid and stay on longer. The thing I read yesterday was that if you have to check in by 3 p.m. or you can't go.
Ooh.
So if you are planning on going somewhere, make sure you check the check-in time and anything after that. They were saying Thursday check-ins, they're not allowing them. They don't want anyone out and about on the road, keeping their employees safe. So if you are planning on going somewhere, make sure you wrap that up in the next few hours.
Well, crap. So we're going to have to make a decision if we're going to go or not. Are y'all staying at home?
Yeah,
Or are you going to go to
I think
Disney?
we're going to stay at home.
I've heard that if you stay down at like the Grand Floridian on Disney property or one of their bigger resorts, they actually host parties and they get the kids in one of the big conference rooms. And and they keep you busy. And so while everything's going on, all crap's happening outside, to make sure the kids aren't so scared, make sure the parents have time to go to the bar and drink a little bit, they keep everybody entertained. So everybody says,
at home?
Huh?
What are we doing at home?
Well, it's fine.
We can put you in a Princess Jasmine costume and you can entertain your daughter.
you could pull that off.
Jasmine, you think Jasmine? I think I could pull off what's Elsa's sister?
Anna?
Yeah, Anna.
Yeah, I see it.
I met an Anna.
You've thought about this. I can tell. It's something that's been on your mind. Because you immediately went to that.
We were at some daddy-daughter dance, and the girl that was dressed up as Anna was very, very easy on the eyes, if you will. So I've got a little thing with Anna, for Anna lately.
Oh, boy.
Grown up version of Anna. I don't know how old she is.
Hi, my name's Chad. Would you like to build a snowman?
Do you have to present a form now when you meet people with kids?
No, I'm saying the girl who played Anna was so super hot, and I know that she was over 21. So
Play that
she was
train
drinking.
rail. We're already getting off the rails.
Wow.
Oh, my gosh.
So I guess I'm not going to be allowed to go to the Disney Hurricane Party.
Have you ever heard the tip about freezing a quarter
in
a cup of water?
Yeah, you put it in your cup.
What is that tip?
You put it in your cup. Go ahead. No, yeah, you put it in your cup. You freeze the water with a penny on top. So if you have to evacuate your house or if you leave to go to a hotel room, you take that. It's sitting in your freezer, right, with that penny on top.
Right.
If you lose power and your food, if it's in the middle or if it's the bottom of that cup, and when you get home, you know that your food is not good. That means your freezer has totally defrosted and you're not going to be
You
good.
kind of see how long it's been down so you know if you have to throw everything out or not.
All right, it's an indicator.
So it goes
I
in
love how
your freezer.
people like come up with this stuff, and it's probably not intentional. It's like, you know what I did? You know what happened? I tried to freeze some water, and there was a penny in a cup, and you know what? It actually kind of taught. Because I mean, how do you come up with this stuff?
It is smart. It really is.
It's genius.
I know I couldn't do it.
People are. I always
Very
say
resourceful.
that. I think we said that last time we did this show a couple of weeks ago. Like, especially with the Twitter culture nowadays, people are so much funnier, and people really do have some really good ideas. Because I feel like everybody's passed these little hacks down.
Oh my God,
And now
TikTok is amazing.
Right, TikTok, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's a way now to all these things that have been passed down from years to years, generation to generations. You can now get them out to so many more people.
Mm-hmm.
And all the younger kids will know them. They laugh
Right.
about some of the things, like Mia's age. She didn't know anything about the
quarter thing?
The quarter thing?
No.
Or the bathtub. Did you know anything about that?
I knew the bathtub.
Okay.
See, kids her
But
age
that one
didn't know anything
grosses me
about
out, too. You
Fleetwood
gotta
Mac
watch the
either. So
If you put
Thanks,
water, if you put water in your bathtub and you don't clean it out, I mean,
gross.
think about what you're drinking. You're drinking all your dead skin cells, maybe some body hairs you don't want between your teeth. Disgusting. How's that for a Wednesday? For a Wednesday morning.
Do we need to take our first break and get you back on
No,
track
no,
already?
everything's fine.
no, because we're still
10:20.
about 15 minutes from that. Good
I know,
God,
it's
what's
Jeez,
next?
15 more minutes. You got to talk for 15 more minutes. I will say we have done a really phenomenal job here in the building Hurricane Ian update page on the Florida Man Radio site, which I'm on right now. So if you want information, if you're local here to Central Florida, if you are on the Emerald Coast and you've got friends here, family here, you just want to check out what's going on, that page has got up-to-date information from our news partner here in Central Florida, News 6. Up-to-date, constant updates on our website. You also have the ability to go to the emergency management offices for each county in our metro here in Orlando. You can just click on, say, you're in Seminole County, and you want to find out where your shelter locations are. You want to find out where your sandbags are. You want to find out where what's open and what you can go to if you are scared, people you can call. Just click on the county, and all that information is right there. That's what another great thing about technology now. It's all so great, and especially the emergency management, and the state is so great at helping the local emergency management people get that information out. We've also got the emergency information line. You can call anytime if there's any problems. Price gouging hotline, which is such a big deal right now. I was on a family text chain. Most of my family lives up in the villages. And they said there are some of those smaller gas stations in Sumter County, which is really rural if you're in the Emerald Coast, that are price gouging gas already.
Oh my gosh,
already. And I was like, okay, call that price gouging hotline. And then we do have the tweet deck on here where you get every single piece of information, tornado warnings, anything, evacuations from any of the counties here around Central Florida. It's all there on the website, FloridaManRadio.com. Just click the Orlando section to get to that.
And that kind of reminds me, too, make sure your phones are charged.
Oh, yeah.
Start charging now.
Yeah,
because that way you can go to our website when the power goes down, maybe in your house. We'll still have power. We'll still be running that page. So
keep them charged, and if you have portable chargers, make sure they're fully charged now.
Yep. And your laptop can double as a portable charger, too.
True.
Yes.
How long do those little portable chargers? I found the one I bought during Irma years ago. It's about, I don't know,
Like
I'm
a
not on
rod
camera, am I?
thing?
Yeah, a little rod thing. How long does that last? If you have your phone charged into it?
It'll probably
had mine for
charge
years.
for about 4 hours, depending on the capacity of the battery itself.
So
but
just extend it a little bit longer.
One of the things to do when we did last time, it was Irma, when we lived up in Gainesville, is put your phone in low power mode. That way you're not consuming as much power. You don't need Wi-Fi. Turn your Wi-Fi off because it's going to stop searching for that Wi-Fi signal. Just little things like that. So if you, God forbid, need to reach out to someone or need the service, you have your phone as long as you need it.
We're another part of the storm. Yes, storm is still down, Category 4, 155 mile an hour, right off of Cape Coral, you said. We'll get another update at 11 or right before 11 o'clock. But the tornado threat here in Central Florida is ginormous. Last night in South Florida,
I was gonna say it's state from South Florida all the way up to like Marion, Alachua County right now.
Arc, yeah. But last night some big tornadoes in South Florida from the East Coast and the West Coast. Now we're moving into that really prime time here in Central Florida, where all of these feeder bands are going to be real stormy. And we're watching the news right now. There's a tornado moving on shore in Brevard County. Off the water, so that has begun to.
That's how large this storm cell is. It is coast to coast across the entire peninsula.
Yeah, I mean, we all tend to become meteorologists on our own because we're so used to this. But I think it's the way that it spins, and I think it's the outer northeast corridor is where the tornadoes pop up. So so that's why Brevard is starting to see some of this stuff.
Yeah, looking at the storm right now, it literally there's parts of it still hovering around Key West. All the way up to the bands are now in Jacksonville.
That's crazy.
So the entire state, you could say right now, is getting affected by this some way or another.
Except the Panhandle.
Except for Panhandle. Everyone in Emerald Coast, someone sent us a picture on the text line. They are enjoying time at the beach right now.
No, see, I told you, it's a perfect beach day.
You know what? They've taken enough hurricanes over the last few years.
They deserve
it. It is true.
Day off.
They can put their feet up on the beach and enjoy a nice pina colada.
After what was Michael? Was it Michael? The last big storm that just devastated Panama City and Mexico Beach. Yeah, enjoy your drinks. We'll take this one.
Oh yeah.
At least it won't be a Category 4
we got
by the time
you
it gets
for
here.
Walton.
Ooh, jeez. What would be the best drink if you're on the beach right now, watching and knowing that Florida's about to get pummeled? The peninsula's about to get pummeled. What would you be drinking right
Bahama
now?
Mama.
A Bahama Mama?
I love a Bahama Mama.
What
Put a little
you,
umbrella in it too. Nice
Mai Tai.
Make it really
I'd like a nice
Mai Tai. That's good.
Yeah. What about a Long Island iced tea? No,
Long Island iced tea.
That's not really a beach drink.
No, I feel like that's in the club with your heels on.
I mean,
drink.
you only need like 2 of those and you're gone. But
Exactly. Get the job done quick.
I feel like that's a micro wrestling kind of drink.
Yeah, little man, you got it. I'm gonna give me another Long Island iced tea.
Hold.
I had to be with my Mick Ultra, of course. That's all I do.
I was gonna say you don't.
Well, I take that back. A delicious margarita, a margarita.
Frozen marg.
No, on
not
the rocks.
frozen.
What?
On the rocks with a little salt and spicy stuff.
You're
around
young.
the rim.
You don't know. Yeah. Frozen margaritas are for the children.
It's another micro
I can
wrestling
handle
kind of thing. No, yes, a delicious and well-made margarita on the beach trumps a Mick Ultra. Now, without that, you got to have some ice cold Mick Ultras.
Yeah, the Mick Ultra's a perfect beach beer, or a Corona, something like that.
Well, I might as well throw it out here, too, because I want to get our folks listening involved. 321-355-1055. I think I gave that number.
You guy was wrong. 321-339-1055.
So I want to get you involved if I give you the right number. Let me know what you're doing for your hurricane parties today.
Well, that's the next thing I would love to talk about, because this is something Joey and I talk about all the time. The perfect way to spend your hurricane parties, whether it's drinking games. We can go an hour on the best way to enjoy.
So why don't
a hurricane? So let's do it. Let's start now.
Okay.
Let's start with Mia since she's so young.
Here's my first question. Do you wait until you lose power to start a hurricane
Hell
party?
no.
No.
No way.
Do you break into your snacks early?
Well, yeah.
Yes.
I don't.
See, we have in a pandemic mode.
We have friends who have never experienced a hurricane before and are here now. And I always tell them the first thing I said, don't eat all your hurricane snacks the first day. Because once you need them, and you've got them all gone, guess what? Can't go out and get any more.
That's a good point.
What kind of snacks do you guys have for your party?
I just have on normal because I'm on this diet to get all svelte and young again.
The diet applies
Beach
during
body.
a hurricane. You can't cheat for the week.
Well, I'm going to cheat a little bit, yeah. But we've got the normal, the chips. I've got my
10 grapes.
My 10 grapes. Got my cheddar bites here.
Okay.
If you will, some sweet potato chips.
Not bad. Not bad.
And my daughter and my wife, of course, have everything in the world that they want to eat.
No pork rinds, anything like that?
I do have pork rinds, yes.
Okay, got to dig on that. Maybe some cheese ball action.
It's a very keto thing. Did you know?
Pork rinds are keto?
Yes.
I didn't.
Yeah, there's no carbs in that. It's all just fat.
Fat for days, yeah.
And you dip that stuff in some avocado. Done. That is the perfect snap. Just a little, there's a little life hack for you. And if you get the queso, there's queso pork rinds. You can get it at Publix. Oh, the Publix by my house at least.
I'm not a pork rind fan.
Because you're a northerner. That's why. You northerner.
I've lived in Florida for 20. How old am I? 31 years now. 32 years.
You're
now?
still a northerner.
I'm not a northerner.
No, he's a Floridian.
No.
Yeah. Just because I was born there.
Still a northerner. No. If you have a queso pork rind, and I'm going to bring you some.
Okay.
And they're delicious. And you put that in this avocado, specifically spicy avocado, you're done. Or guacamole, you're done.
That's a perfect hurricane
See?
snack.
And then you grab a couple maybe margaritas, as we discussed, or a couple of McUltras, and you are set for the beginning of Hurricane Ian.
Stacy in Niceville says she'd be drinking a Ghost Tequila margarita.
See?
Sign me up.
Yes, I'm
That
down.
sounds amazing. Spicy. Do you ever have spicy margaritas?
Yes, I
They're
love
the best
spicy
thing in the
margaritas.
world. Oh my gosh.
There's one at Epcot, at the little tequila place in Mexico.
Yep.
If you've never been, you have to go do that.
And throughout the show today, I want to go over some of the things on streaming that maybe we can watch during the hurricane as well.
Oh, man, we have all these things we can talk about.
We really do. We have a ton.
All right, let's talk about what would you be doing starting today? What, like in your apartment, you're a college kid? Are you going to stay at your apartment, or are you going to go to your parents' house?
Oh, a hurricane is not sending me home. No.
And so you're local, though. You're from Orlando.
How long have you lived here? Your whole life?
Whole life.
Okay.
Born and raised.
Yeah. So you could
Not
go
your
to
first
Mom and
rodeo.
Dad's. Mom and Dad's 20 miles away from UCF, right?
Right.
But
You don't want Mom to do laundry for you today? Nothing? No?
No, I think it would take the most severe tornado. to send me home.
Literally life-changing,
Right.
death-causing to get
Wow,
you.
your
Death is in
parents
front
sound
of my
awesome, Mia. Tell me more.
No, I'll be staying at my apartment. I have my Nintendo Switch charged. Mario Party is on deck, ready to go.
You're there, see? And you got all your drinks. You got all your food.
Oh, yeah, the drinking games, the food, the snacks.
What's the go-to drink at your house?
The go-to drink? What do I have? I just got a new seltzer pack. You know, there's always something
So you're a
new
seltzer
coming
girl.
out. Yeah, of course.
I did. I asked my wife when I was at Publix yesterday. I said, "Do you want me to get you some of these seltzers?" And she's like, "Nah, I'm not really gonna drink." I was like, "If we don't have power for 3 days, you're gonna want to drink. I'm pretty sure because my daughter's gonna drive us insane."
Yep.
Drink some High Noons. Have about 13 of them. You'll feel fine.
Yeah.
But see, the perfect drink, like, get the hard liquor. That's the problem because you don't have to keep it cold.
Jack
Oh, that's a good
Daniels
point.
was 50% off at Target yesterday.
What?
Completely off the shelves, of course.
Man.
Oh, it's gone?
Yeah.
I will
Well,
say
it's essential.
that is an essential
Absolutely,
thing.
yes.
I was shocked when I went to Publix, one of the Publixes downtown here, and I think I told you this, Joey. They had Aquafina. You can't find water anywhere in this town, but they had Aquafina there, and it was buy two get one free. And everything else, they're limiting you. You can't get more than two, except this. Because I was walking in, I see all these people. This a-hole was walking out with like 9 cases of this water. I was like, dude, like that's what we're trying to stop here. And then I get inside, and it's like, oh, buy 2, get 1 free. And I'm like, oh, no, I feel like that a-hole now, like putting 3 in my cart. But if Publix says it's buy 2, get 1 free, you got to do
They're
that.
clearly getting rid of the Aquafina. I don't wonder why.
Exactly. That's
People
what I said.
hate Dasani and Aquafina.
What is it about Aquafina and
It's
Dasani?
purified water. Although I prefer purified
I
water.
like purified water.
Me too.
I don't know. All I drink is Zephyr Hills
Spring.
and
That's spring.
And Liquid Death. Delicious Liquid Death.
Oh, yeah.
Big difference. That's
Agreed.
your perfect hurricane supply there, but you'll go broke trying to buy that stuff enough for 3 days. 4 days.
Stock up on that stuff. You'll have to
Anyways,
get a second mortgage.
I just thought it was amazing. It was buy 2, get 1 free, even during the hurricane. That's why Publix is the best. I'm telling you.
And the store I also work at, we had a shipment last night, and we got it at like 8 o'clock.
Of Aquafina?
Of water.
Oh, just-
everything. We filled up the entire aisle.
everything?
And by last night, it was still all sitting there.
Really?
Like, so people weren't going completely crazy. I was shocked about that.
Well, I think now it's like, as of last night, everyone's just, okay, let's just get this stupid thing over with. We've been talking about it for a week now. Let's get it done. And now here we are, still talking about it, ready to wait for this thing to go. All right. We're going to take a break?
Yeah, that means break whenever I do this thing.
I thought you were just
He
doing
was
like the party.
knocking on
I
heaven's door.
thought that was like party Steadman going on over there.
He was about to turn the hurricane party music up.
If you could see Steadman too. Steadman and Joey have cameras on them on our Facebook page right now, right?
Yes, we do. So you can see me giving stupid hands.
Yeah, it's Steadman party time. All right. So we'll come back. I do want to talk about the best drinking game. So you can do this on the beach today at the Emerald Coast or here in Central Florida as we're hunkering down. Let's talk about the best drinking games, party games that we can get into. We'll do it next on the Florida Man Radio Network.
Florida Man Radio.
The Dan Bongino Show.
Central Florida, it's Dan Bongino. I couldn't think of a better fit than being on Florida Man Radio. Look, I call it like I see it, plain and simple. It's not about Democrats or Republicans. It's about debunking any nonsense rhetoric, period. I'll give you my viewpoint from both my background in law enforcement and being in the White House, seeing everything from the ground floor.
The Dan Bongino Show. Weekdays from noon to 3. Powered by Shooter's World on Florida Man Radio.
Make Shooter's World your home for all things firearms. Shooter's World is Central Florida's largest indoor shooting range and retail superstore. Right now, Shooter's World has an incredible offer for Florida Man Radio listeners. Get 1 hour of range time for free. Try their 15, 25, 50, or 100-yard ranges. Just come into any Shooter's World location and use promo code FMR at checkout. That's promo code FMR for a free hour on the range. ShootersWorld.com for all the range details. Shooter's World, Central Florida's largest indoor shooting range and retail superstore.
Don't wait, act now. With hurricane season coming in, make sure you have your roof looked at by a licensed professional so that we can document your roof before and after hurricane season. We want to make sure homeowners are taken care of and there are no surprises in the future. Karma Roofing makes sure that you know all your options and you choose the most affordable plan. So call us today at 321-GO-KARMA and visit us online at karmaroofing.com. CCC 133-2723.
Want to know how owning real estate is the cheat code to your success? Don't miss your opportunity to get in on a deal. Find an investment or sell property at top profit.
I'm Dawood Bedrosian, your go-to real estate expert. Tune in to Real Sense Now Saturdays from 11 to noon and visit realsensenow.com.
Creative Floors. It's worth talking to the experts.
Hi, Nancy at Creative Floors. Come step this fall into savings with National Care Stand Month and bring sophisticated style into your home. Now through October 26th, use your exclusive coupon from Creative Floors to receive up to $1,000 back on all Stand products. And don't miss our 36-month no-interest financing on all Stand and enjoy your new floors for the holidays. Visit us at CreativeFloorsOnline.com for locations.
Morrison Management, going above and beyond.
If you live in a community with an HOA, get the max for your fees with Morrison Management. Your voice as a homeowner makes a difference. So mention Morrison. Morrison Management is a local licensed firm that goes above and beyond to make sure your community fees are going to good use. Get a free consultation. Call Tammy Morrison, 407-542-0367 or online Morrison Management LLC.
Morrison Management, going above and beyond. Four Seasons Air and Heating.
When was the last time you got your AC serviced? Who would you call if your AC stopped working today? If you don't know, then you may be stuck in the heat for a long time. You need to call Four Seasons AC because they have the best customer service in Central Florida and 24-hour same-day service. And ask about their $1,000 rebate on a new unit. 4acnow.com. Four Seasons, the AC company you wish you called first.
The AC company you wish you called first. Gatorland knows what you all need. You all need our Florida resident back-to-school special. Kids get in free with pay an adult, and adults get in for $16.50. Now through the end of September. We know what you all need. You all need Gatorland.
The Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council present the story of Tom and Levi.
Tom is the smartest man I know. He's been a professor at 2 major universities, been a teacher for over 40 years. One day, he told me that he was having problems in his classes. I think one of the students had asked the question and he didn't remember the answer. And I also noticed that he was letting his class out earlier than they were supposed to let out. And he was telling them that he was doing it as a favor to them, but I think in reality, he just wanted to get out of there. I was really starting to worry because I saw something was wrong.
Levi and I talked about how it would change our lives, but he was there beside me, and my love for him was just immense.
When something feels different, it could be Alzheimer's. Now is the time to talk. Visit alz.org/ourstories to learn more. A message from the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
145 over 92.
180 over 111.
182 over 100. And I had a heart attack and a cardiac arrest. And then a stroke.
Your blood pressure numbers could change your life.
A lot of people don't understand, including myself. I didn't, now I do, the impact of having a stroke.
My memory is shot.
When I woke up, I couldn't speak.
Lowering your high blood pressure could save you from a heart attack or stroke. If you've stopped your treatment plan, restart it or talk to your doctor about creating one that works better for you. Start taking the right steps at manageyourbp.org.
It's a new life, but I'm gonna make it better. I'm coming back. Ask your doctor, check your blood pressure.
Brought to you by the American Heart Association, American Medical Association, and the Ad Council.
Hope you enjoyed your meal. And I just want to say, he's lucky to have a brother like you.
Lucky? Caring for my brother is far from easy. But he's a part of me, like my arms and legs, so I'll be his. No time for tired. Nothing can disable this love. He needs me, but I'm the lucky one, even though I need help now and then.
If you're caring for a loved one, visit aarp.org/caregiving for care guides and community. Support for your strength. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
Yeah.
It's the Florida Man Radio Network Justin Clark Show with, back by popular demand, Chad and Joey. Hosting today, of course, with the great Steadman and our new friend today, Mia.
Hello.
Our new friend. We picked her up on the side of the street during the hurricane.
She was wandering, yeah.
Needed somewhere to go.
Rescued.
No, Mia handles all of our social media for our sister station, Fly
Yeah, so you already
103.1
gave her
here.
a job.
Yeah, she can handle it for Florida Man, too. Done.
Yeah, there we go.
She's like, what do you want me to do? I'll do it.
Join the conversation, 321-339-1055. And it's time. We're going to start talking about drinking games.
My favorite time of the day.
Yes.
As Hurricane Ian is slowly approaching us.
You do know that it's National Drink Beer Day, right?
It is. The same day as a hurricane hitting Florida.
Also known as a Wednesday, but...
Well, yes, that's a normal day for me.
But yeah, same day as a hurricane, it is National Drink Beer Day. So
what's new?
That's why we're here, to make sure you know this information, and then you can party accordingly.
Yes,
Party
absolutely.
hardy, if you will, we used to say in the 90s and 80s.
Does drinking responsibly during a hurricane party kind of go out the window?
Yes.
I think if you have kids, you have to drink a little bit responsibly, but...
See, like in my house, I have to do it by myself because my wife doesn't drink hardly at all. She'll have 2 or 3 and be like, oh, my head hurts. I'm going to go lay down. I don't know why she's British all of a sudden.
British lady.
I don't know where they came from.
So you married Mrs. Doubtfire.
Yeah.
Hello. Oh, Chad, you're drinking again.
Time for your bath.
Put that big ultra down, John.
You had
Anyway.
one too many.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, like it's just something about the hurricane. Maybe it's the pressure because it's a low pressure, right? Maybe it makes us our inhibitions.
It helps you
less.
unwind, absolutely. You know, especially if you've got kids at the house. They're going to be asking you, what can I do? What can I do? What can I do? What can I do? Every 5 minutes.
Yes, God help me.
And you just let them do whatever until you lose power. And that's when it's really like, now we got to start drinking.
Yes, absolutely.
Because there's no TV, there's no video games,
as
there's no
the
streaming.
millibars decrease, the bars open up at home.
Absolutely.
There you go.
What it
Yes.
is.
And it is partially too. I mean, it's nerves too. I mean, I think we're joke about it, but I think we're all kind of on edge a little bit. Like what?
You never know when a tree might come
Yeah,
flying through.
I don't want a tree down. I don't want the power to be out for 4, 5, 6 days.
If the world's ending, why not be drunk during it?
And that's what happens. You're
Amen,
It's a good motto. I like
I
that.
like it. You're wound tighter than a toad's butt right now. You want to make sure you have inhibitions lowered.
That's the second time you've said that in 2
Isn't
days.
it?
I've never heard that before.
What?
Wound tighter than a toad's butt.
Well, yeah, it's said
That's
a
an
little-
Alabama thing.
Yeah, I don't know that I can say the real way you say it on the radio, but yeah, you get the
gist. Yes, the
gist.
visual now is stuck in my head. So
that's not off the rails. That's a real thing. You're wound tighter to a toad's butthole.
Okay.
Wow.
That's a thing.
Drinking games. Enough about toads. We found a few of our favorites. I'm going to start with one that I recently stumbled across and I'm probably going to have to try out these next couple days. It's called the Great Floridian Drinking Game. Have you ever heard of this?
Oh, I like that. No.
Okay, neither
Please
have I,
continue.
but I will tell you about it. All you need, if they say a case or two of drinks,
that's not
that's not going to be enough, especially if you're playing this over
A
course of a
case
couple
or
days.
two.
They do it for the light drinker. They don't know who their target audience is here. We understand. So take what they say, and I would just triple it.
A great Floridian knows you need 3 or 4.
Exactly. My beer fridge,
Amen.
fully stocked. So I'm ready to go. I'm ready to ride this thing out. But you need that and access to a TV, radio, local broadcast, something that you can watch.
Okay.
Here's where you take your sips. If anyone, says the word storm or flood, even if it's mentioned on TV, take your first sips. This is one of my favorite. When someone calls to make sure you're okay. There's a caveat to that one. If it's not the first time they've called you, you have to chug something.
Oh, wow.
That would be my family.
No, absolutely.
Already
It's
starting
all
to
family.
text me right now. They're in South Florida, so I heard endless about the tornadoes that came down there. But you're going to get the 5 or 6 phone calls every single hour almost. Hey, how's it going? How's it going? What's the update
Everything all
here?
right?
Everything okay?
Down?
Okay.
Man, you get drunk real quick just on these first few points.
Oh, shoot, my northern family is just crazy because they don't go through this. Okay, they're from Ohio. I know folks in New York, New Jersey know a little bit about this, and Massachusetts too. But when you're in Ohio, you don't get hurricanes. So they have no concept of this.
What,
So,
what
yeah,
is this thing even? What is this thing about?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I would totally, if I wasn't running professional equipment, I would be totally tanked right now. Just based on my Ohio family
Why not?
itself.
10:43 in the morning. Our Ohio family's bothering us. The other part of that, a lot of people don't realize Florida is a big state, too. So all these people from up north have no idea where we are.
Mhm.
And I saw somebody post something from the Emerald Coast the other day. I think it was Grillo.
Yeah.
He said something that for all my people that don't know Florida, we are here and like the furthest place away from Hurricane Ian.
You
I
have
think
to
that's
do
funny.
that. You absolutely have to do that with some family. They don't pay attention. But if lightning flashes, you're supposed to drink until you hear the thunder afterwards.
Oh, wow.
That can
Dangerous.
get dangerous. And then it gets into the bigger ones.
Like, do you chug it or you just sip?
Chug until you hear the thunder afterwards.
Wow, that's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
Now, do you have permission to do lighter alcohol and kind of build your way? Because you would be completely drunk real quick.
Yeah, I think you
don't
have your
to go with the
permission to
hard
do
stuff
your,
right
your
away.
Mick Ultras
Wait,
on this
hold on.
one.
Is it liquor before beer in the clear though? If you do beer before liquor, you've never been sicker.
That's been debunked.
Oh, it's debunked.
That's been debunked for a while.
I've lived my life off of that.
I
stuff.
have for a while.
It
yeah,
still exists.
It still exists in my head, but I read something that has been debunked. That no matter how you drink it, your liver still processes it in the same way. It's also the same thing as when you don't go to the bathroom for a while, trying to.
Oh, like breaking the seal.
Breaking the seal.
That's a real thing.
It is a real thing. But they say what causes you to go to the bathroom more is you finally emptied your bladder.
Oh, then it
and
fills
once
back
you
up.
do that,
Oh,
you go quicker.
Oh, so yeah, you are
Game
breaking the
on.
seal.
It's game on. But anyway, back to the drinking game. Next is
We weren't off the rails on that one. Only when I do it, we're off the rails.
Yeah, pretty much.
you started it going off the rails.
Oh, did I? Oh,
But
wow.
when you're watching the news, when a newscaster falls over trying to do their segment in the storm, you take a massive swig. This one is.
It should be even more. You should like finish 2 beers when they fake falling over. when you see, have you seen those videos where they're out in the hurricanes? I don't remember where it was.
Oh, and they're trying to pretend.
Oh my God, I can't stand up. And then there's a guy walking by with a case of beer behind him. Everything's just fine. Those are my favorite.
Or they're pretending we're in like 17 feet of water and they're coming by with like, they're walking through with a little
galoshes.
puddle. Yeah. Or they get the fake people with the kayaks and stuff in the background.
Do you remember who did that? Who made that video famous? Was it? It wasn't Cantori.
But I do remember. No, it wasn't Cantori. I mean, Cantori stands. I think he's like 5 feet, so he really has to watch himself. Yep.
I don't think
he's like Jiminy Cricket out there.
Where is he at now? Though I think he moved. Was he down? He's down near Naples. He was in Clearwater. That's right, Punta Gorda.
Mm-hmm.
So he's down there where this thing is coming ashore.
Yep. It's the Cantori tracker. You got to know where he is to know where it really is hitting.
That's the job you want. But I think it was, I don't know if it was Al Roker.
It
was somebody that did.
Yeah, it was.
Like,
it was.
one of
Oh
those
my
jokers.
God, it's so bad. And this guy's like, hey, how are you?
Doo-doo-doo-doo. Anyways,
the last two are probably when you're going to break out those couple of beers in a row. When the water enters the house.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. That's when it's hit the fan. We're gone. And then when you remember something you forgot to tie down or have to take it inside because you forgot it.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
So that's pretty much the Great Floridian drinking game. It could get you toasty pretty
Yes,
quickly.
make sure alcohol poisoning is a very big danger with that drinking game. I feel like.
Yes, you could start off with some. It's probably a good idea to, after you chug something, maybe chug some water, balance it out a little bit.
There we go.
If you're listening from the Emerald Coast, you could probably be doing it right now along with us because I feel like that we're going to get you just annihilated just listening to us talk about this.
Yes.
Right. Especially we're about to do the 11 o'clock update that's about to come out here pretty soon.
Right.
What were the words that we're listening for? Storm and flood.
It was storm and flood are the two, yes. And
Yeah.
listening for lightning flashes.
I'll tell you what, the storm seems to be coming quickly.
There are flood warnings around the area. I mean, we are in low-lying areas here.
Yeah, we are seeing flooding behind our building here already.
Storming.
Yeah, it is storming here in Central Florida, so the flood level hopefully will stay low.
The storm is certainly making the wind gust here in Central Florida as well.
Make sure your floodlights are working.
You are welcome for getting you tanked right about now.
I was going to say, you cannot get tanked quicker than you can listening to Florida Man Radio.
For many reasons.
It wouldn't be a Florida Man radio if it wasn't for Florida Man things
I
like
am
this.
shocked, Joey, that the word hunkered down is not enough.
I am really shocked at that.
Yeah, and has that word been played out to you?
It has been.
But I still hear it.
Yes, you do.
We were listening to a news update earlier on the way up. I don't know if you heard it, and they said hunker down. That was the lead headline. Hunker down, Central Florida. I was like, well, really? Are we still doing hunker down?
Maybe it's taken people just gotten so wasted the past years that they cannot include that word in the game anymore.
I want to do an addendum to the game. If Tom Terry has his sleeves rolled up,
yep,
you got to drink something. Something has to happen.
There's the Tom Terry tracker on Facebook that you see. You'll know how bad the storm is based off of how Tom Terry is wearing.
Scary Terry.
If
Sorrells is always ready to get on his motorcycle.
So Sorrells is just like, get me out of here. I'm ready to go.
Yeah, he's good.
If you're looking up in the Emerald Coast, Tom Terry, he's a meteorologist on our ABC affiliate here
I'm
in
throwing
Orlando.
out names that they have no idea about.
And he made a name for himself. He's been around forever down here. But he's made a name for himself during Charlie back in 2004 when he kind of called Charlie making that jog into Port Charlotte and right over Orlando. He called it, and he became the number one meteorologist, I feel like, in this city because of that. And now here he is still the one everybody turns to.
Terry.
And there is. So I think the thing was Category 1. If Tom Terry is there with his jacket on and looking fine, no need to worry. Category 2 is when he's doing live updates from behind the scenes. Start worrying. No, Category 3, he's got his jacket off.
When the jacket comes off, that's when it starts.
Category 4, he's got his sleeves rolled up.
He's in the control room.
Yep. And then Category 5, when he looks like he hasn't slept in days and he's got food behind him. That was just the breaking news.
Well, no, that would be. I mean, that would be a Cat 5 Tom Terry emergency. That's when.
Yes.
Yep. That's when you make sure everything's in order.
Goodbye, cruel world.
Yeah, that's it. Goodbye, cruel world. We're all going to get blown away. Right now, we've got it on the station that he's on right now just to see what's happening, but it's
not Tom.
He's not here yet. They've got two guys on right now. They both have their jackets off.
So based off of the Tom Terry tracker, their jackets are off. We're at about a Cat 3. The jacket is off. I repeat, not a sport coat. Take cover.
Okay, so we gotta. That's it. There you go.
Yes.
I should probably turn that
up. All right, Mia, real quick, while we have time, let's talk about the thing you found. It is
my favorite drinking game.
A customized drinking game on an app.
Yes.
All right, tell us what the app is and how it works.
All right. This is a revival for me. I frequented this app in high school, but now I'm bringing it back.
Wait, you drank in high school?
No, of course not.
Strictly
What are you
iced
talking
tea.
about?
Sheriff
Their
Mina is
children
listening right
listen.
now, you know.
So the app is called Piccolo. That's
Piccolo?
Piccolo. You insert everybody in your party's name.
Okay.
So
it'll be the four of us here. You put
the
that
four
in
of
there.
us, I put in our names, and it basically gives customized drinking rules per every person. Ironically enough, the first screen is everybody over 25 take a drink.
Oh, here we go.
Ageism, great. I love Piccolo already.
And then the next one I have is Chad. Show everyone the last 5 photos in your phone or take a penalty.
No. I'd have to take a penalty.
That's risky.
Those Anna and Elsa photos are in
God.
there.
I always go back to that photo of me and Anna
She looks so
at
pretty
that
in her
dance.
dress.
Let's see, last 5. Oh, I could show these. That will be fine.
Delete the micro porn.
It's amputee.
Just
amputee microporn.
Choo choo.
All right,
So,
what's the next one? So I could show you those, so I wouldn't have to take a drink.
No.
All right, what's the next
No,
one?
if you showed me, you would not have to take a drink.
Okay.
Take a penalty if you're secretly in love with one of your friends.
Oh, jeez.
See, but would you openly admit that if you were in a group of people?
See, now it just got creepy.
That's
I was
too
gonna
much.
say
That's too much.
now the
trust.
hurricane party has taken a weird turn. Because
Okay,
the
so-
rest of it, everyone who's sitting in that room is going to go, who are they in love with?
Yeah, but that's the thing, and then it becomes an erotic hurricane party.
I would almost do it just to kind of see like where are we going to go with this?
What
Like
happens
let's
here?
make this party fun.
Absolutely. It could end up upstairs, or it could end up me outside, cooling my jets in the hurricane,
Or kicked out.
or kicked out.
Yeah, there we go.
What's the next one? I like this one. I may play this by myself. Can you do that? You probably can't play it though with just one person.
Joey, give 2 penalties to a player who's less tan than you. If there are none, you take
Oh my
them.
God, I'm the whitest Italian I know.
Between you and Steadman, I don't know.
Hey.
Then you take 2 penalties.
Oh, all right.
So you take
There
2
you go.
drinks. I
I'm
love
down
this.
too. This is good.
It's
called
awesome. You get
Piccolo.
everybody involved. It's real personal.
Except for the ageism, it's great.
Oh, and there is a twist to it though. They do charge you $4.99 per week once you download the game.
Oh, jeez.
Great sales strategy. They know you're drunk. You're like, whatever. I'm gonna download this app. I'll pay however much it is. It'll charge me. You read it. You think it might charge you every month? No.
It's a week.
Weekly. It's a weekly subscription.
It may be
never-
worth the $5 though to do it.
A month?
No, a week for the hurricane party.
Wait,
say
you
that
you can delete the app and then you don't
You
have to
can
pay
delete
for
it,
it.
exactly.
Cancel anytime? Okay.
The app is based on a subscription, so you have to pay $4.49 to $4.99 a week for this app. But if
So
you just buy it for the time being and then delete it, then you only have to pay
So,
$5.99.
Did you just download it, or have you always had it?
No, I download it when needed.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, oh my God, like how much do you pay? That's expensive. I feel like it's $5
That is
too
expensive,
much.
Yeah.
They know what they're doing. I think it's worth it though.
But
In the moment,
I do agree. For
I was
a
at a
party,
game
if
night-
you're getting with a group of people, $5 to have something like that for a couple days, well worth it. Absolutely.
I was at a game night this weekend. It was going south real quick, and I was like, "Oh God, I got to whip out the Piccolo."
It's worth the $5.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Oh, sure, she can say it.
Oh.
She could say it, and it's fine. But if we say it, we're
Okay.
taken out of the party.
Yeah, we're in Shane's office.
We're in Shane's office anyways, no matter what. We could
Oh,
be
yeah, that's a good point.
we could be on point all the time, and there'd still be some reason. Oh, I need to see your chuckles until we come on in here now. And then let me tell you what you did wrong. Oh, you ate in the studio.
Mm-hmm.
I've got a guy-specific hurricane drinking party for you. Everybody can drink
Oh
this.
come on!
No,
what is
this is
this?
not
From
sexist.
ageism to sexism.
It's not sexist, but
It's a hurricane party
It's
drinking
from
game.
it's called Guy Speed, and it's from it's real like balls to the wall. Let's get drunk. That's what this game is about. It's a hurricane drinking game. You drink once anytime the word apocalypse pops up in your Twitter or Facebook feed. Drink 2 if a hashtag is involved. Finish the beer if apocalypse starts trending. We need to check Twitter right now to see if apocalypse. I bet it is hurricane apocalypse, something like that. I've heard that nonstop on all the news channels, like the CNNs and the Fox Newses. Apocalyptic hurricane.
Well, Florida is #1 trending on Twitter.
It is?
Mm-hmm.
All right. We have got to take a quick break. You are going to want to hear the rest of this balls to the wall drinking game for the hurricane and for really anything you got going on this week or this weekend.
And we have the update coming up right at 11 a.m.
Oh,
so
is
you're
that
gonna wanna
happening?
Tune in for that.
All right, let's get out. We're the Florida Man Radio Network.
Florida Man Radio.
The Shannon Burke Show. The flights to Delaware from Florida haven't happened yet, and now is it the Miami Herald
Miami Herald.
complaining that these poor migrants are sitting around here waiting on a flight?
They were told they're going to Delaware, and now they're just sitting around.
Where is Ron DeSantis' plane to take? Now he's making these people wait in an airport.
Yeah, DeSantis has become Schrodinger's human trafficker.
Right.
He's both trafficking and not trafficking.
And not trafficking enough.
The Shannon Burke Show. Weekdays at 3 o'clock Eastern, 2 Central on Florida Man Radio.
I've got to hurry this morning. I cannot be late today. Oh no, this is not good.
Don't let this happen to you. Get a Briggs & Stratton generator from Wheeler Generators. Right now, 0% interest for 48 months. Plus, they're offering free assessments so you can get started right away. Never be without power again with a Briggs & Stratton generator from Wheeler Generators. Call 407-923-1161 or visit WheelerGenerators.com. Briggs & Stratton at Wheeler Generators. It's power you can count on.
Bossman Painting, that's B-A-U-S-M-A-N, nothing compares to the boss.
Call the boss today. They'll come out today. Yes, today. Survey the job and get you an estimate today. Bossman are experienced professional painters that hustle so they can get to you right away and get the job done right. Call Bossman Painting today at 407-256-5217 for the same day estimate.
Nothing compares to the boss.
The threat of a tropical storm or hurricane can cause stress and anxiety. Take precautions now and make sure you have reliable vendors should you need them. Stay safe. Thanks to Liberty Property Inspections at libertypropertyinspections.net and Lean Law online at leanonmelaw.com.
If you're a business owner, you can find new customers here on Florida Man Radio with Bubba the Love Sponge.
We'll hype you up in my show, Mornings.
Have your company featured during middays.
Justin Clark here, 10 to noon.
Or jump in with me, Dan Bongino, from noon till 3.
Or we can plug you in during Prime PM Drive.
Yep, I've got you covered during the Shannon Burke Show.
We'll create a custom marketing plan based on your goals and budget.
Just visit FloridaManRadio.com and click on the Advertise tab.
Taking over Central Florida and now the Emerald Coast.
Don't wait, act now. With hurricane season coming in, make sure you have your roof looked at by a licensed professional so that we can document your roof before and after hurricane season. We want to make sure homeowners are taken care of and there are no surprises in the future. Karma Roofing makes sure that you know all your options and you choose the most affordable plan. So call us today at 321-GO-KARMA and visit us online at karmaroofing.com. CCC 133-2723.
The threat of a tropical storm or hurricane can cause stress and anxiety. Take precautions now and make sure you have reliable vendors should you need them. Stay safe. Thanks to Benjamin Franklin Plumbing at benjaminfranklinplumbing.com and Karma Roofing at karmaroofing.com.
Welcome back to the Dog Show. Up next, we have Satchmo. Satchmo is a member of the Shelter Pet Group.
That's right, a group known especially for their couch-snuggling, ball-chasing, face-licking, tail-wagging, backyard-hanging, and, of course, companionship.
And what breed would you say Satchmo is?
I'd have to go with maybe a lavish terrier hound chihuahua-looking kind of mix.
Tremendous dog.
I'd also like to point out Satchmo's coloring, a white, gray, brown, black brindle, simply marvelous.
You know, it's such a treat to watch a dog like this.
Now, let's see him in action.
Look how he makes eye contact with his person.
That's actually known as the treat stare.
How intuitive. And now he appears to be excitedly turning in circles.
Ah, the happy dance, so common with this group.
And finally, the loving face lick.
It's great how he just gets in there and, well, licks.
Fantastic. But really, the best way to know an amazing shelter pet like Satchmo is to meet one.
Visit theshelterpetproject.org today. Adopt.
Brought to you by Maddie's Fund, the Humane Society of the United States, and the Ad Council.
Hey, y'all, Jeff Foxworthy here. Now, if you've ever found yourself repeating the same thing over and over for 75 years, you might be Smokey Bear.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
That's why I'm filling in for Smokey to switch things up, because there's a lot more to say. And I should know because my grandfather was a firefighter. And one of the things he taught me is that the people that love the outdoors the most are often the ones accidentally starting wildfires, which means always BYOB. No, bring your own bucket to the campfire. And be extra careful with things like burning yard trimmings. Don't just walk away, or chances are you might be starting a wildfire. So for the love of the outdoors, go to SmokeyBear.com to learn more about wildfire prevention. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
You must call 811 at least 2 to 3 business days before any digging project. So before you do this or this, make sure you do this. For digging projects big or small, make the call to 811.
Sweet strawberry icing. You're in Goodwill, and just past that vintage denim jacket you spot miniature donut earrings. You lean in. Ah, that's the scent of shopping success. Because at Goodwill, every item you buy funds local job training and more. So bring home those donut earrings and bring home so much good to your community. Goodwill. Bring good home. Brought to you by Goodwill and the Ad Council.
Complete Power Resources with Briggs & Stratton offer 24-hour service for all your backup power needs. Call 866-330-4077. 24-hour service with Complete Power Resources in collaboration with Briggs & Stratton.
WTYC Altamont Springs, WFYY HD3 Windermere, WXUS HD3 Tunellen Ocala, WCLB Valparaiso, Florida Man Radio.
Oh, welcome back.
You didn't get the sign.
I know,
sign wasn't
sorry.
there.
I was watching TV. Welcome back to the Florida Man Radio Network, the Justin Clark Show. It's Joey and Chad filling in for Justin Clark today, along with our good friend Steadman and Mia, our social media queen.
She went from being a new friend to a social media queen in the span of 30 minutes.
She technically is my social media queen around here. We are a little late. Do you want to go ahead and jump in the new 6?
Sure, yep. Let's go ahead and pot that up. This is courtesy of 06, by the way.
Close to Port Charlotte. Within the next few minutes, we'll see more of that moving in with that strong wind moving on shore. Guys, we're going to go back to Trooper Steve now and check
Trooper
on
Steve.
what's happening on the roads.
Thank you, okay, that's the traffic.
Troy, man,
traffic
you have
update.
been
All right, well, there you go. That's what you waited for. Florida Man.
It's the latest 11 o'clock
It's raining.
advisory.
Back to you.
It gonna rain. Have you know that GIF from Family Guy?
Family Guy, yeah.
The latest update, it is not a Category 5. It's still 155-mile-an-hour winds, moving north-northeast at 9. It is about 10 miles off the coast of the Cape Coral, Fort Myers area, still moving north-northeast. So, I mean, I guess that puts it in around Port Charlotte and then moving through the heart of Florida over the next 24 hours. So it's going to be a long-duration event. Get ready for flooding and storming.
Does it
Take a drink.
Because I have my back to it. Does it say how fast the storm is moving?
9 miles
9
an hour.
miles an hour, so it's slowed down a
That's
bit.
a slogger, yeah.
Yep. So there's all your rain. So that makes sense now because they kept saying it'll be a Category 1 hurricane here. You don't know if that's a high end or low end once it gets to central Florida. But it's going to be a mess because a lot of that rain and wind is on the north side of this thing now because it's moving that way. Just be ready. Kelly just texted me. She's like, I'm kind of worried about what we're going to have for dinner because we don't have any meat in the house. I was like, wait. We don't have any meat. That's not good. We didn't even think about that.
Well, I mean, you can't. You're gonna want to cook that today if you.
So I told her you got to go to Publix right now.
I got manwich if you want. You can come over.
We
to
may
my
have
house.
to come over. Yeah.
That's dinner for tonight.
I wish you guys helper. I don't know why.
I may come over to your house.
It does just fine by itself.
I love that hamburger helper by itself. We may come down to your house.
Come on by.
15 minutes away though.
We've got stovetop.
Hurricane party. You need to get back and finish. You held us in anticipation.
My
your
drinking game. It's a really good drinking game. I'm really excited about this. I have to find it. I have too many windows open. Keep talking, Joey, about something. Just talk about how beautiful I am.
So
and that conversation is over.
Wow, here we go. I found it. Okay. So funny that Steadman played the Scorpions there as we were coming back from break. Rocky Like a Hurricane. Amazing producing there. I mean, this man is on top of things. But
yeah, I only screwed about 3 things up again.
You never screw up.
Anyway, go ahead.
You've never screwed up.
Never.
Anytime Rocky Like a Hurricane is played or any song involving the weather gets radio play, follow it with a shot if the power goes out before the song is over. Whoa. So drink your beer.
Oh, my God.
Then shot if the power goes out before the song's over. That's legit right there. Every time the news shows an empty street, take a drink. Oh, not now. Well, that's an empty
showing
street.
Flooding.
Flooding. Drink.
Every time your lights flicker, drink for each flicker.
Ooh.
If your light fixture begins to shake above you, drink twice. If your chandelier crashes to the floor in an explosion of blue sparks and shattered crystal, congratulations, you're in a Hollywood movie. Finish your crystal and head to the panic room. That's a little dramatic. That's perfect like me. And if your roof or skylight begins leaking, if a branch lands on the skylight and shatters it, drink 2. If your entire roof is now a skylight, cork the bottle and swim to safety. There you go. That's your first.
It's realistic.
Cork the bottle. I like how that's
and then float.
Make sure you do that first and then swim.
Right. Priorities.
Priorities.
And also take precautions because somebody's probably going to throw up.
Oh, absolutely.
So you might want to get extra garbage bags. Remember, you're confined to a house, so maybe designate a room for, that kind of activity.
Oh, this is funny.
The throw up room.
Yes.
Don't get it in the bathtub.
Oh, don't get in the bathtub if you've got water in that thing.
Mm-hmm.
Drink twice if the news interviews people at a local bar, because there's always somebody at a bar drinking. Chug every time they interview a drunk person. That's hilarious. Chug anytime, or drink twice anytime someone says, "Pretty nice weather outside, huh?" Newscasters count if you're trapped in your house alone, of course.
There you go.
It's the most ridiculous one ever. You think we're done with
I think we
drinking
passed
games?
the drinking games on. Yeah, the intent. I'm looking at the intensity models. Just looking at it, that it's expected over the next 24 hours to drop down. Now they're saying to category 2
over us.
It varies. Some are saying it may even stay to category 4, like a low.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, over the next 24
That's
hours.
awesome.
But a majority of them are going down to 2 or 1, or even a lower. But
Well, not to be too localized here. I mean, I know if you're on the Emerald Coast, you're like, oh, okay, I'm kind of sick of this. But I mean, you never know when it's y'all's time, and we want to make sure you have good drinking games. But looking outside here, I mean, we've got front row seats to the show, and I mean, the wind is already kicking up here, and it's a long way away.
we're actually almost at a point now where you can see the sky.
Yeah, it's not as bad right now, but the wind is starting.
But again,
to pick up.
all those northern bands now are making their way past us. They said they're all the way up in Jacksonville now, looking at the radar.
So now we get to wait for the main event.
I mean, the newscaster's taking his hood off of his jacket, so it's not as bad outside.
Hey, he's showing an empty street though, so drink a lot per my drinking game. Oh no, there's a car going by. All right, let's move on from the hurricane. We'll keep you updated if anything crazy happens. The only other thing lately is Orlando International Airport has shut down too. Just to let everybody know if you are expecting anybody to come into town. If they did not get out, they're not coming in for at least a little while.
Correct.
Yep.
My roommate got out on the last flight last night, 10 p.m.
Really? Where'd she go? Or he?
Austin, Texas.
Austin, Texas.
Good place to escape
Austin,
to.
Texas right now.
What, is that just where they're from, or they just wanted to go somewhere fun?
No, they're going to see a Harry Styles concert, but the plan has been tripped for months.
Oh, it just happens to be this weekend.
Right.
Well,
Right. Of course.
Not thinking about talking about this at all, but this is what happens when you have friends together just talking about things. Harry Styles. Is that just a boring show to go to? Have you ever seen him in concert?
I have.
He just doesn't seem like somebody that would put on a great show, like jumping around the stage or anything.
What? Really?
I don't know.
I think he gets an opposite reputation. He is hopping around the stage.
Okay. All right. Whatever
He's
you
got
say.
some,
That's my daughter's crush, so be
Is
careful
it?
there, Chad.
Yeah,
Harry
exactly.
Styles?
My crush, too.
I don't know what Harry Styles sings. I have no idea. I just know what he looks like.
If you heard the song, you would probably know it. He's got
I'm not singing on
Come
air.
on, man.
Come on. That was your cue.
Yeah.
Watermelon sugar.
Oh, I know that song.
There you go.
Yeah.
It's
I know you
always
would.
Know what that
just the
song's
same
about?
as-
Yeah, we can talk about that online.
Yeah.
What is it? Oh,
That's for the after hours show.
Can you be safe saying? Well, I don't know what that is.
Okay, I'll tell you during the break.
Is it like truffle butter?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
You're right there.
That-
you are on the nose.
Are you
I
serious?
swear to God.
What truffle butter is like?
Watermelon sugar.
The dirty. That is.
Yeah.
Well, no, that's gross. If it's what I think it is,
Well, same family.
like it's sexual.
Yeah.
Yes.
Isn't
Wow.
Towards the
everything,
female side.
Good heavens!
Yeah, she got out on the last flight last night, escaped.
So she's going to get some
Via-
watermelon sugar in
Yeah,
Austin,
yeah.
huh?
Wow.
Hey, would you rather be sitting here at a hurricane or going to get some watermelon sugar?
Well, it depends on what she looks like.
No, not you
God.
specifically.
Oh, sorry.
No.
Oh my gosh.
Is she cute?
We're off the rails.
This has gone from the Justin Clark show to Off the Rails with Chad.
This is like Love
Joey.
Line. This is like Love Line, where you talk about weird sexual habits.
No, we're not. You are.
Oh, sorry.
We're going off. We're trying to get away from the hurricane, and this is what you bring it back to.
Watermelon sugar.
Let's talk about things on streaming that we like.
Oh,
right
it's okay.
now.
That's good. Okay.
Yeah, because has anybody seen the Jeffrey Dahmer?
No, but I heard
not know.
one of my friends posted the other night saying, "Do not watch this before you go to bed without a palate cleanser in between, like a Bob's Burgers or The Simpsons between Jeffrey Dahmer and the bed." Is it that scary or that
It's very
creepy?
intense. Bubba, before us, played a trailer from Dahmer, which was very well done, with the song "Please Don't Go" underneath, but a remix of it.
Hold on, let me see about Dahmer Netflix.
It's very, very good.
So it's a limited run series on Netflix called Monster, the Jeffrey Dahmer story.
Correct.
So this is like a biopic of this guy, really.
Yes.
Yeah. That guy always creeped me out, and I did see a little
Eating
bit.
habits.
So he would eat his his victims?
Well, he would
Not eat all of
go
them.
out. He'd pick somebody up, or they would pick him up. Either way, they'd go back to his house. They would make love, and then he would eat them.
All right, I'm going to pull this up. I have it muted.
Hannibal Lecter story.
This is the
Basically.
official trailer from the monster, the Jeffrey Dahmer story. I kind of want to watch this now before we.
I haven't
lose
even seen the
internet.
trailer. So
the trailer, I did. It was served to me, and you know how when you're scrolling through Netflix, you stop and it kind of puts it up there, and I couldn't get through the first 10 seconds. I was just too. What? It was one of those. I hate to use this word. The vibe of the trailer was just so. It was that creepy, really dark, ominous kind of thing. Here it is. Let's see if this works.
Yep, go
Steadman.
ahead.
Who knows?
Fire it off.
There we go. So it starts off and it's looking at a hallway.
Home
And
sweet
it's,
home.
yeah, it's Dahmer bringing somebody home.
Oh.
It's pretty vibey.
All right, so
What is that smell?
Creepy, vibey.
So it's his date walking into his apartment, and Dahmer's kind of. Oh, there's a drill with blood on the table. And there's Dahmer locking the door.
Tell the vibe has just changed.
I told you.
I'm not even watching it. I'm just getting creeped out.
Okay, so now based on the horrific true events, there's Dahmer in a club that's searching for his victims. There he's staring at people.
What are you doing there?
I'm hungry.
The smells?
Oh, it's showing him killing and then smelling.
Power tools going all hours of the night?
Is that the drill?
That's the drill.
Coming from your apartment.
I'll just try and say I'm sorry. She gonna open your gift?
Okay, he's in his neighbor's apartment and brought her a sandwich with some kind of meat on it.
That sounds very nice.
That makes me want to throw up.
Is there mustard mayo on that?
All right, I can't.
I
So-
don't know what's in that.
Wow. Okay.
It's just meat.
I'm not eating that.
Ooh, it's Evan Peters as Jeffrey Dahmer.
Goddamn nice thing, you know.
And now I'm gonna watch it.
This is gross.
This is perfect hurricane
All right,
watching
I'm
stuff
out.
right here.
I'm
Yeah.
out.
Is that why you don't have meat in the household?
That-
Because you watched that trailer and you got freaked out?
I'm gonna throw up. That is the most disturbing
have
thing
to-
I've ever. And that's not me being dramatic. My eyes are watering because that is just. I think it's just knowing what it is, and it's showing him eating these things. And
Chad had to step away from the mic and gag a couple
I
times.
did. That is really rough. So, you think that? Have you seen the whole thing, Steadman?
No.
You make it sound like you've watched it so far.
No, but I think it's something that I will be watching when I get
Wow.
home today because I don't think I'm working tomorrow.
And I don't think so.
No,
I think
I
anyone's
don't
working tomorrow.
So I'm thinking I'm going to be able to get quite a bit of it
Wow.
bingey. Yeah.
Yeah, I just added that to my Netflix.
Make
list.
sure I would say just from the trailer, and do yourself a favor if you've got Netflix on your phone or just Google it. Watch that trailer before you get. Do it in the daylight when you're around other people because that's creepy. That looks phenomenal.
No, I was trying to give suggestions of what to watch on streaming. So if that's a little too intense for you, there's always the new season of Cobra Kai, which I'm sure people have already burned through that are fans of Cobra Kai.
Funny. Somebody, I think our boss Shane was asking and saying that it was awesome. The new season.
Yes, it was great.
I've never seen it.
I never watched
Good
Cobra
show.
Kai.
No.
Now might be the time for those who might be at least intrigued by Cobra Kai. Maybe you watched Karate Kid as a kid and you were like, I don't know. Maybe give it a try. It's 5 seasons in. The episodes are only half hour long.
Oh, really?
So
That's
you
not
can
bad.
burn through them pretty quickly.
And it's from the Karate Kid, right?
Correct.
Kind of like an extension
Yes.
of the Karate Kid.
And somebody please explain to Mia that back in 1984.
I had Karate Kid. It was just one of Will Smith's, Jaden Smith.
Oh, that's right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, and Jackie Chan. Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
Something that my wife and I are still stuck on is Stranger Things.
Love Stranger Things.
This last season or the last half of the season, the
The
episodes,
the two movies?
Yeah, they're so long, and we're stuck on that last 2.5 hour episode. And we can't find the right time to do it. So this may be the perfect time. I'll let my daughter play her Roblox that she's addicted to, and then we can watch whatever we want. And then I'll dive into Jeffrey Dahmer and go throw up a little bit.
Or if you're watching, need something that's going to take a few hours, you can watch the Trainwreck Woodstock 99 documentary.
Oh, I heard that's phenomenal.
Oh, it is very good.
It is. Watch that one. Do not watch the HBO Max one. The Netflix one blows the HBO Max one out of the water.
Which one came first?
The HBO Max
one. There's nothing better than watching the Red Hot Chili Peppers on stage, just basically making a mockery of what these idiots who did the whole, who prepared Woodstock 99. They're just, the Peppers are just like, okay, we're just going to make a mockery of it because this is a big joke. And of course, they're completely naked doing this.
Yes.
Perfect.
And then you get to see Limp Bizkit saying, wasn't our fault.
321
exactly
339-1055. Any great streaming options that you have, anything that we've got to watch while we're hunkered down, and I said the word, and I hate saying that phrase.
From the storm and flood.
Yeah, while we're staying kind of inside for the next 2 or 3 days, I will say I've heard The Offer is really good. That's on Paramount Plus.
Oh, Offer's outstanding.
It's about the making of The Godfather and how they cast it, how they got the crew or everybody together, and how they had to talk people into being part of that movie.
Boss was talking about that before.
Boss was talking about that
very
too?
good.
Sounds great. Is it too close to home to watch Thai Cave Rescue?
What is that?
What's that? Yeah.
Thai Cave Rescue?
Do you remember when well, maybe this was a different movie that I watched, but I just saw that one on Netflix now. But do you remember when the boys in the Philippines, the soccer team, got stuck in the cave?
Yes.
They biked into the cave, and then it was raining, and then it started
They sunk,
flood.
right? And they got stuck down in it, yeah. I didn't know there was a documentary on that.
Yep.
Oh.
It's one on Amazon Prime, one on Netflix. I don't know if Thai Cave Rescue is the same thing.
I mean, it's probably based on that, perhaps. I don't remember hearing about that.
Is it more horrific being in a hurricane and watching something like that?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like watching a plane crash while you're flying.
Yeah.
Or Titanic while you're on a cruise.
Yeah, that's a good comparison.
Like watching snakes on a plane while you're on a plane. Now that's...
Yeah, but it's Samuel L.
Wow.
What else we got?
Yeah, but that one, is just fake.
I'll tell you right now what I love, and judge me all you want to, Below Deck and Below Deck Mediterranean. I am obsessed, and I don't know where it came from or why I even started watching it. I think it had scantily clad women because they show them changing in their cabins. Maybe I'm a little bit of a creep.
That's probably what it was.
Chad, I'm sensing a theme with you.
No, because they show, and they're very attractive. I think that's what it is, and it kind of grabs your attention. But then it's a really good show.
So
and Below Deck Mediterranean is the one. It's on Peacock. And they
it says here it's on Bravo, so you're watching Bravo?
Oh, it's on the Peacock streaming service. So I don't know. NBC owns all that.
You watch Bravo. Just openly admit it.
Bravo? I don't know what Bravo is. Is that the?
It's a network.
It's the TV network.
It's the
all
the
The
how do
Real
you say
Housewives, all Below Deck, all day.
Really, that kind of stuff?
Yeah.
All
Whatever.
that stuff, yes.
It is on the Peacock streaming service. I don't care what network it actually airs on because I don't have cable anymore. Anyways, it follows this deck crew, and I think there's 9 or 10 seasons, maybe more, and they follow a season of yachting throughout the Mediterranean. And it's really interesting how that works. I never knew that was a career, being a yachty and working on these boats, and they're stuck on them.
You're making up words now. A yachty?
A yachty, yeah, that's what they're called.
Yachties.
Yachties.
Yada 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 yada.
Now you're showing your
My
your
fly.
hip side. You're flying through one side. No, they go along and they show what they have to do. So there's the interior people, the stewardesses, and how you have to be on call all the time for anybody that rents this yacht. And it shows kind of the demands and what these people are, because they're super rich people that do it, and they want the best of the best. And it's just really good. And then once they let one charter off, they get to go out. They get all wasty face. That's when they make out, do all their things, and they move on to the next charter. It really is good.
So they're yachty hotties.
There are lots of yachty hotties.
Okay.
And it's about the crew who's working on the boat.
It's the crew who works on these mega yachts. And also, I like those shows.
The crew is making out with all the famous rich people too?
No, they're not allowed.
Just with each other.
Just with each other. And then there are a couple of seasons and episodes where some of them go cross the line with the guest, which is a huge no-no. So then it becomes all dramatic and all that. But I think it does 3 things for me. Love, very beautiful women. They shows off all these beautiful yachts and how it is living on them, and I like watching those kind of shows. And then it's travel and seeing all these places, like Malta. I think they're in this season they're based in Malta. When the hell would I ever go to Malta? When the hell would I ever know what that is or where that is?
That's a beverage, right?
It's a Malta beverage, yes. But it shows how beautiful it is. So it's worth looking at and checking out.
So you don't care for the drama?
I'm all for the drama.
Okay.
Look where I work. Look where we work. I'm all about the drama. There's drama every day around here. Come on.
So it's like following the life of a cruise ship, but like
yes,
except for these aren't the people
is-
like you and I on there. But
Correct,
these are
not-
the ultra rich who are like, I want 3 hours on a boat by myself.
Yes.
Go take me out in the middle
Give
of the
me
ocean
this.
and turn around.
And it's like white glove 5-star service.
You got the white part right.
It's where it's where they have to like put your dinner down on the table at the same time. They all come out and they put it
It's
down.
like synchronized surfing.
It's synchronized serving, and it's got to be turned just the right way, and the food has got to be perfect. If the chef isn't doing their job, they'll get fired immediately, and it's really good.
For a frugal person like me, this is not sounding.
Oh no, this is not up your alley, because as soon as I'm always looking for these really high class vacations that my dad and mom could take me on. So immediately when I start watching it, I'm like, hey, let's go rent a yacht. How about that? No, absolutely not. Yeah.
Is this a soundtrack that's going like constantly, or is it like
No,
Kenny
this
Loggins?
this is my
Kenny
soundtrack.
Loggins.
Well, I mean Yacht Rock.
Yes.
What do they play? No, I don't even know what they play on that. I don't think they have a license to play any music, really.
Oh, so this is a song that's playing in Chad's head.
Yes.
Okay.
Like when we get in the car going home today, this is Yacht Rock Radio will be playing.
Wow.
Love me some Yacht Rock. You got any shows that we should watch?
So I keep hearing, I mean, if you want to switch to Disney Plus for a second, if anybody out there is a Disney Plus person, maybe into Star Wars, things like that, hear the Andor show is very good, but stay the heck away from Pinocchio.
Wait,
Do not watch
there's a new Pinocchio?
Yeah, there's
There
a
is.
Tom Hanks as
Yeah.
Geppetto.
I didn't know that.
My son has watched it numerous times, and I can't quite grasp if it's good or not. I've seen it, I think, in every part of the movie. I haven't sat and watched it beginning to end. It just seems weird. Like, it doesn't feel like a movie. And none of the live-action Disney movies to me are anything that has grabbed my attention to make me want to see it. They just seem weird. Like, why ruin the classic? Because they can
They
make more
ruin
money.
everything. They're ruining everything.
Because they can bank on it. I mean,
It's the money, that's
Disney-
why.
Yeah.
But
Well, just like what is the Little Mermaid coming out with a new one?
Mhm.
A live action Little Mermaid. How are they going to do that?
Did you see that trailer?
same way they did the
No.
live-action Lion King with not real animals.
And they're redoing the Never-Ending Story. Did you know that? After
They're redoing everything.
I'm assuming that's from Stranger Things, so that made it come back
Probably.
because they
Yeah.
were singing the Never-Ending Story song the last couple of seasons. Randy in Fort Walton Beach just texted in 321-339-1055. New season of Yellowstone coming. Yes, it's coming beginning of November. So we're just about 5 weeks away from the Yellowstone season. And that's another thing.
November 13th.
If you've never seen Yellowstone, that is a show I can't
haven't.
recommend enough. Oh, then that's what you're
My
doing.
only complaint is the episodes just seem so long.
They are. Well,
It's my
of
only
Yellowstone
complaint.
or 1883?
Either one. I mean, they're hour-long drama. I mean, you really have to kind of focus. You can't have it on in the background.
Oh,
doing
no.
other Things.
You have to know. It is.
Yes.
It's like a soap opera. It's like Dallas meets, I don't know, a Western meets
Sam Elliott.
something. There you go. Yes.
Sam Elliott, who
It's-
I love.
Yellowstone to
Beef
me is one of the
close
best
for
shows that's
dinner.
ever made.
If you've ever watched Breaking Bad and never watched Better Call Saul, I would suggest watching Better Call Saul.
First, before,
You can watch them in any order, but if Better Call Saul came out after, so people are more familiar with Breaking Bad. But
But
the
it's
first,
a prequel.
It is a prequel.
Oh, it's a prequel.
But I haven't watched the last season yet. But the first 5 seasons are great, and it is supposed to lead right up until he becomes Saul in Breaking Bad.
See, I never saw Breaking Bad, so I think that may be the next thing that we do. Is
I would
one of
watch
those.
Breaking Bad first and then go watch Better Call Saul.
Well, again,
Personally.
Yellowstone and then 1883. Those are what you have to watch, and I think those are split up on Peacock, and then I can't remember. Paramount. Paramount's got it, and then Peacock has it.
Let me throw this in, and I know we got to step aside real quick, but Hulu. I want to throw a couple things out on Hulu real quick. Only Murders in the Building is awesome. If you haven't seen
And that's
that.
Steve Martin and
Who can't
Martin
do
Short.
anything wrong. So yes, and Selena Gomez plays off both of them. She's excellent on that show.
I'm a big fan of Selena Gomez.
That's
and
my list.
also,
Go
if you are a basketball fan or if you're a sports fan and you're familiar with Wedding Time on HBO Max, which I liked, but on Hulu they have Legacy, the true Lakers story. So now they're talking to Jeannie Buss directly. They're talking to everybody who was involved, and they go through to the Shaq and Kobe era, which they did not do on Winning Time. So if you are into I know you guys are looking at me like I have something working on my forehead, but if you are into basketball, if you're into the Laker dynasty, if you like The Last Dance that Jordan did, if you like that whole thing, this is good on Hulu. It's called Legacy. And also on ESPN, once again, if you're into the Jordan thing, you'll probably like the Derek Jeter 30 for 30s that just came out. The Captain is what it is called, and that's on ESPN Plus. If you have that, you can watch the 30 for 30s. So there are a lot of options. We have loaded you up.
This is everything.
It's everything.
This will take you all the way through Hurricane Ian and through the next storm and the next storm, too. I do have to say, Jay texted in saying Letterkenny on Hulu.
I can back Jay on Letterkenny.
I've never watched it.
It's comedy. It's Canadian comedy, but it is funny. It is quick-witted. It is fast. And I like it because it revolves around hockey. But it is one of the best shows, and they don't hold back on anything. They're dirty. They're raunchy.
And Chad, there's a very cute girl on that show.
Yes, okay, that's all I need to hear.
And you'll be sold there.
Is there nudity?
Yes, but not the...
I don't need to see... I don't need to
There's
see
from
male
both sides.
frontal. I don't need to see male
There's
frontal
both
nudity.
sides.
Both sides.
Yes.
Both sides of what? A butt in the
And
front?
more on that when we
no
come
thanks.
back.
More on that after the break.
It's Florida Man Radio Network.
Florida Man Radio.
Orlando.
It's Jesse Kelly. It's only right for me to have a home here on Florida Man Radio. Unfiltered and unafraid. That's what you get from me, unapologetically. Take a ride with me and we'll talk everything from pizza to politics. Whether it's tackling serious issues the mainstream media outlets are too scared to touch, or having a good time cracking jokes with all my red-blooded Americans out there, it's all for you weeknights at 7 p.m. on Florida Man Radio. Florida Man Radio.
The Big Dinner Box from Pizza Hut. 2 pizzas, breadsticks, and boneless wings or pasta, all in one box. Heck, swap in a third pizza if you want. It's your world. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
Additional charge for more than one topping. Product availability, prices, and delivery areas, minimums, and fees vary. Delivery charge not a tip.
Here's a fact. A solar energy system can set you free from a monthly power bill and ever-increasing rates you can't control. We're Sunwire Solar. We're local, and we have a showroom. Deal directly with the owners. They can answer all your questions and save you $10,000 or more. Eliminate install surprises. You will need hurricane backup batteries, and we have them in stock. Call Sunwire today. Our number is 407-777-2400. Save thousands with a Sunwire solar system.
Bubba the Love Sponge.
Hey, it's Bubba the Love Sponge. Listen every weekday mornings right here on Florida Man Radio. Powered by Anna Jar and Levine, Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733. The threat of a tropical storm or hurricane can cause stress and anxiety. Take precautions now and make sure you have reliable vendors should you need them. Stay safe. Thanks to Liberty Property Inspections at libertypropertyinspections.net and Lean Law online at leanonmelaw.com. The threat of a tropical storm or hurricane can cause stress and anxiety. Take precautions now and make sure you have reliable vendors should you need them. Stay safe. Thanks to Benjamin Franklin Plumbing at benjaminfranklinplumbing.com and Karma Roofing at karmaroofing.com.
Wake up and text. Text and eat. Text and catch the bus. Text and miss your stop. Wait. Text and be late to work. Sorry, I'm late. Text and work. Text and pretend to work. Text and act surprised when someone calls you out for not working.
Who, me?
Text and meet up with a friend you haven't seen in forever.
Hi. Oh, hey.
Text and complain that they're on their phone the whole time. Text and listen to them complain that you're on your phone the whole time. Text and whatever. But when you get behind the wheel, give your phone to a passenger. Put it in the glove box. Just don't text and drive. Visit StopTextsStopWrecks.org. A public service announcement brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
I'm probably okay to have one more drink before I drive home. I'm probably okay. I open the window to stay alert. Probably okay. I just popped some gum in my mouth.
Step out of the car, please.
I probably made a mistake.
Probably okay isn't okay when it comes to drinking and driving. If you see a warning sign, stop and call a cab, a car, or a friend. Buzzed driving is drunk driving. A message brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Why was the basketball court all wet? Because the players kept dribbling on it.
The dad joke. Corny, groan-worthy, but also one of the simplest ways to share a moment with your kids.
What did the buffalo say when he dropped his son off for school? Bye, son.
So take a moment to make your kid laugh, because dad jokes rule. Make your kid laugh today. Go to fatherhood.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
It was a normal day.
He was in some minor accident, a fender bender.
And I had this impulse to call him, but I didn't, because I thought I could call him later that week.
He abandoned the car, he came home, and he shot himself without ever talking to anyone.
When I came home that night and I found her, they told me that
I picked up a guy. His wife and his kids walked him out to the car, said, "I love you, Daddy," blah, blah, blah. So we go.
If he was okay.
Shooting is unfortunately effective. There are not a lot of second chances.
Once you pull that trigger, that's it. There is no coming back.
63 Americans a day die by gun suicide. By storing our guns safely, locked, unloaded, and away from ammo, we can give our loved ones a second chance at life. Learn more at endfamilyfire.org. Brought to you by Brady and the Ad Council.
No word in the English language is less convincing than probably.
Are you sure we should get matching tattoos on our first date?
Sure. We'll probably stay together.
Probably?
It's been 23 minutes since I ate. I can probably swim.
You should wait 30 minutes.
Okay, now tell me what to do. Cannonball! Cramp! Oh, I have a cramp.
I can probably hit the green from here.
Probably.
Can I get a mulligan?
Ready to go?
Hey, are you sure you're okay to drive?
Yeah, I'm pretty sober. Yeah, I'm probably okay.
Probably okay isn't okay, especially when it comes to drinking and driving. If you're drinking, call a cab, a car, or a friend. Buzzed driving is drunk driving. A message brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Now we're talking.
Make you think of the Tampa Bay Lightning,
I
Joey?
was just thinking that. They ruined this song for that. Ruined the song for me.
It's the Florida Man Radio Network, the Justin Clark Show. Chad and Joey in for Justin Clark today, who we can only assume is either hunkering down or on a private jet going somewhere sunny.
Hopefully he found a place to put his car. He was worried about that yesterday, and I know a lot of folks are worried about that. Hopefully this thing will not be as bad as they're making it out.
There was a report that downtown Orlando after 2 p.m. today is opening their parking garages for anyone who wants to
that's awesome.
leave their car there. So
I mean, you could fit half the city of Orlando in that garage. The cars, they've got so many of them.
They do, yes. So
if you're worried about it, send it down there. You want to pot up Troy Bridges, Channel 6 real quick? Sure. He's talking locally.
To more of Central Florida as we see more of this move on shore and the big bulk of this storm move farther to the north and to the east. So it's officially moving to the northeast at about 10 miles per hour. The heaviest rain right now on top of Titusville, stretching all the way back down into southern sections of Brevard County. So we're going to watch for that throughout the day. That will lead to some flooding. Here is the latest advisory. This is the 11 o'clock advisory with winds still up to 155 miles per hour. Very close to a Category 5, but still technically a Category 4 hurricane. The official track didn't change much at all as we talk about the 11 o'clock track and the 11 o'clock advisory. Still a major Category 4, close to a Category 5 hurricane, eventually making its way onshore and then continuing to move to the north and to the northeast right over Central Florida. So because those winds are all the way up to 155 miles per hour, almost
hurricane.
a Category 5 hurricane, it's going to take a while before this thing starts to weaken over land. So still bringing hurricane force winds as far inland as Orange and Seminole counties. I know that may be hard to believe, but as this moves in, you see those lines, that yellow line showing hurricane force winds continuing, and then after that weakening to a tropical storm. So you ask, when will that happen? Well, likely late tonight. We continue to see the chance for wind gusts up to 75 miles per hour or greater, and then some tropical storm force winds sustained at close to 40 miles per hour across a large part of Central Florida. So these are sustained winds. And again, we've seen them wrap around, and that's the way this works. You see the rain wrapping around that center, those winds also wrapping around the center. So we will see those winds continue to go up. Now, we did have some winds sustained near 40 miles per hour in Cocoa Beach earlier, and so we'll see these on and off with more of those stronger winds, and of course the heavy rain that will lead to flooding. So we're just now beginning to see that landfall start. Again, we could see another hour or so before the official landfall as half of that eye moves on shore. Here's the future radar. Again, plenty of rain building in as we take you.
What they're not saying is they're saying gusts up to 190 miles an hour right now.
Insane. Through Thursday, 8 a.m., we're still dealing with this thing through Thursday night. Friday moves out, according to Channel 6 at least.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we'll see what happens. Good
thanks
times.
to WKMG for
Yeah,
that.
thank you for that, Troy Bridges. All of our friends over there at News 6 really appreciate you for helping us out.
Absolutely.
Of course, we were talking a little bit about the greatest things to watch while the hurricane is moving through.
Mm-hmm.
But how about some of the greatest memes and some of the greatest just stupid news stories out there that you can find? Something I just found, and it's phenomenal. An Uber driver picked up a nice father and husband at his home the other day.
Seems very wholesome.
Yeah, they were gonna go. He's going on a business trip. The wife and kids lovingly saying goodbye to this nice businessman heading out to provide for his family. He's in the Uber with the nice Uber lady. A couple of miles down the road, he asked her, "Could you pick up a business associate of mine as well? You know, of course, we'll make an extra stop." She says, "Sure." She stops. This beautiful woman gets into the car. Looks like maybe, okay, well, they're going to go on this business trip together. Well, the business trip was all about some love making, if you will. She quickly learned this was a mistress of this dad who's supposed to be going off this business trip, and the Uber driver wasn't happening. Here's an interview with her, what she said happened in the car, and what she did next. Why does my computer never work?
I don't know, because you're...
Picked up a guy. His wife and his kids walked him out to the car, said, "I love you, Daddy," blah, blah, blah. So we go and we pull up at the stop, and this lady comes out, and she gets in, and she's like, "I am so glad you finally got away from your damn wife." Okay, so then he kisses her, and it wasn't a, "Hi, how you doing" kind of kiss. I took him back to his house and made him and her get out of my car at his home, where his wife and his kids were. There is nothing worse than a dog.
That's worse than a dog. And I love she got the Dixie Chicks playing in the background, too. Did you hear that?
Good for her, yeah.
Cowboy, take me away behind there. Do you think that woman had to have had this happen to her in the past to get so angry about this? Because you would just think that most Uber drivers just, whatever, let's just keep on going. She's a little emotional about this.
You could hear it in her voice.
Yeah.
She was not having any of this. So either there was something in the past happen, or maybe they were going into it in more detail that she was describing. But good for her to bring him back and not just drop him off and go on her merry way. Would you be able to sit with that on your conscience?
No, and would you want that to happen to you? I'm sure that's
exactly.
what she
That's
was
how I
thinking.
think about it, yeah.
If this were me in this situation, I would want the Uber driver to take them back so I know.
I would have sat there and watched the interaction of the family when...
Yeah, that's what I want to know.
What's the second part of the story? When she dropped them back off at the house.
What happens?
"Hey, honey, my friend here and I, that you didn't know about, couldn't get our ride to the airport.
Can she hang out here until she gets another Uber?"
Exactly, yeah.
We'll be upstairs for just a little while.
Yeah.
Very bad decision by that man. In fact, most Americans, if you didn't know this, make 4 wrong major decisions in their life.
Crap, that means I got like 2 more to go.
31% of people say they've actually made more of that. We all want to live without regrets, right? I feel like there's a few things in our lives, though, that we do regret. Is there anything, Joseph, that you truly regret doing in your life?
I wouldn't call anything that I regret doing major. Like, what would you say a definition of like a major wrong decision? Like, I knew we shouldn't have like bought this house or moved to a different city.
Yeah, that's a major decision. Not like shouldn't have ate all those fries and
exactly.
burritos last night. But yeah, I really regret my first marriage. I really regret having our 4th kid. Something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Big decisions. So there's nothing like that for you?
Knock on wood, no. Which means I have 4 coming in my life.
Yes,
I
you
guess.
do.
So,
really?
Yeah, I'm trying. Nothing that like jumps out to me. No.
As the study continues, 71% of people that were involved in finding the average American makes 4 wrong decisions in their life, 4 major decisions. 71% of people say they wish they had more guidance when it came to making large life decisions. But making those kind of bad decisions kind of shapes your life, though. I feel like too. It makes you
I agree.
makes
They're
you who
learning
you
lessons.
are, right?
And the only things I regret are the things that I didn't do.
Exactly. That's bigger regrets for me. The things where I look back now and say,
it's true.
I wish I would have done that all those years ago.
So I'd rather make
Why
the
did I
big
miss out?
major mistake, learn from it.
And honestly, but that is a decision that you made not to do that thing, whatever you were going to do.
That's true.
Like, I want to go back, I was in high school. For some stupid reason, I wanted to take a year off because I was lazy. I didn't want to go away. I didn't want to go do more college. Like, I faded it through. I made good grades in high school, but I was over it, and I just got super lazy. And thank the Lord, my guidance counselor and my mother, of course, sat me down and said, no, you're going somewhere. But I went to Central Florida Community College in Ocala. And then met a girl and lost 3 years of my life doing that. And that to me was the major decision of not going away. Like, I could have gone to UF and just gone and been a doctor by now or something. I don't know.
I think the major mistake in that would have been going to Gainesville.
Amen, sister.
But I ended up in Tampa at the University of South Florida. Go Bulls.
See, and
Worst mistake.
I ended up in a similar situation waiting for a friend to move to Orlando for 2 years rather than just making the move
Just
by
doing it,
myself.
yeah.
I had that ability to just move right out of high school and go on, but I decided, the person I want to live with and my best friend at the time, he wasn't going to be able to do it. So I'll just wait back and I'll go to school here a couple of years before we make the move.
Okay.
So I had 2 years basically of college life where I was living at home.
And
So it
just
wasn't
normal.
really like
Right.
going to college. It was drive to school, drive home, and go to work. I didn't experience that life. So I do kind of regret that in a little bit, but.
Do you feel like you would have been 2 years ahead of where you are now had you have just gone straight to UCF instead of staying at home those 2 years? Does that make sense? Would you have gotten to Orlando, and would you have been living that 2 years of life and seeing and maybe becoming a different person?
Probably would have became the person I am today a little bit quicker.
Okay.
Because
2 years ahead.
because rather than when I went to school, I was here. I was living by myself. I was going to school. I was meeting people all over. When I stayed those 2 years at home, I literally went to school, met a couple people in my classes, then came home. It wasn't that experience and worked.
It worked. Yep.
So I was for 2 more years. I was living the same life I had once I got out of high school.
It's very, very
and
similar
it
to my
wasn't
story.
until we went to UCF where I was like, okay, look, I'm on my own now. I'm growing up.
And then you became
Duns it.
You became an Orlando hooer. Sleeping around, Joey.
No.
Wow.
Sleep around, Joey.
Wow. Around, Joey.
I don't know.
Where'd
sorry.
that come from?
I don't know.
He's just,
I forgot
to get that one last derail in.
I forgot. No, I forgot that Mia was here because I was going to try to make the joke that those UCF girls.
No, you're
They
the
like-
minority.
I met
They
my
like to
wife
be
at
around.
UCF.
Huh?
I met my wife at UCF.
I know. I like to get
So
around.
what are you
over
trying
there.
to say?
No, I'm just
Wow.
joking.
What are you trying to say?
Okay.
Trying to make a joke, and it didn't land because I forgot your wife went there, and I forgot Mia
I
was
met
sitting
your
here.
wife at UCF too.
Oh, yeah.
She didn't go to UCF.
She didn't go to
but-
UCF.
But I met her.
She went to a private Christian college. Thank you very much.
Oh,
I'm so offended.
Well, I did the same thing too, but I don't regret it. And I didn't stay home for 2 years. I just stayed home for 1 semester. But I think I would have been a train wreck at college during that semester.
So when was this? 6 months ago? I'm just saying.
It was in 2020. So I graduated high school May 2020.
And
So you were in
and
the
then
COVID.
it was COVID.
So that's a whole
stayed
different
home.
story.
Yeah. Whatever.
But did you go to like Valencia or community college, whatever it is?
I was in UCF classes online.
Okay.
But I could have moved
But
to my
not
dorm, and I
experiencing-
could have been meeting
I
people
gotcha.
anyway. Even though we weren't in classes, I still could have been having fun.
Steadman, what about you? Do you want to share any of those major
All I'm
regrettable
going to
decisions?
say to our audience listening is don't ever fall in love with a stripper.
That is sound advice.
But they're the best.
Sage advice.
You think they're the?
Don't ever bring them
I
home
was
to
gonna say,
mom.
was it Sage? Was that their name?
Yeah, she was on the main stage.
Everybody, welcome to the main stage. See, I just feel like sometimes a stripper would be the best kind of lady.
What?
Because they want
The
to
best
settle down.
kind of lady.
No, they have this crazy job, and they get home and they want to just be a great wife or be a great girlfriend. Does that make sense?
And with that, ladies and gentlemen, the Chad and Joey and Mia experience has ended, and we appreciate each and every one of you hanging out with us today.
Yeah, I wouldn't take any advice from Chad after today from
give
here on
great
out.
advice.
Yes.
All right, everybody stay super safe in Central
Where
Florida.
can people find you, Chad?
Oh, yeah, at Chad the Radio Guy. And over there on Fly 103.1 Orlando's hottest hit music.
Yes, tearing up your weekends. You can find me, Joey, on your radio. I have a podcast called Two Crafty Dads where we talk about beer, and we'll be drinking a lot of it over the weekend, so you can follow and listen there.
How about you, Mia?
Have fun. Follow me on Fly1031 Orlando. There we go, on Instagram.
There you go.
I like it.
And ladies and gentlemen, stick around. We got Bill O'Reilly coming up next, followed by Dan Bongino. Of course, we got some stuff on the Emerald Coast as well. And Shando takes over at 3 p.m. He will be live. Jesse Kelly after that. Guys, it's been a lot of fun. Hang in there. Ride it out. Do your drinking games. Do your streaming. We'll make it. We're going to be all right.
Couldn't have said it any better, Steadman.
Stay safe.
Everyone stay safe.
Have fun.
Springs, WFYY, HD3, Windermere, WXUS, HD3, Tunellen, Ocala, WCLB, Valparaiso, Florida Man Radio. The views and opinions on this program are not necessarily those of this station, JVC Broadcasting, management, or its sponsors.
Bill O'Reilly here, Wednesday, September 28th, 2022. You are listening to the O'Reilly Update. Here's what's happening today in America. New York erects a tent city to process illegal migrants. 70% of workers look for extra employment to offset inflation. Bernie Sanders hints he may run for the White House again. Thousands flee Russia to avoid Putin's draft. A survey ranks the best countries in the world, and Russia is not one of them. Also ahead, comparing Governor DeSantis to Donald Trump. But first, New York City Mayor Eric Adams constructing a migrant detention center in the Bronx. The temporary shelter, located in an unused parking lot, will process immigrants arriving from Texas, Arizona, and Florida. When completed, the camp will feature 5 heated tents with enough cots to house 1,200 people. Texas Governor Abbott has bused 10,000 illegal aliens to New York City since April. A report from Bank of America finds 7 in 10 Americans are looking for extra work to offset high prices. 71% of us say our current salaries are not keeping up with inflation. The average grocery bill up 66% in 1 year. Energy costs up 100%, a double. 9 in 10 workers have made significant changes to their spending in the last 6 months. You have to. Senator Bernie Sanders suggesting he may launch another presidential campaign. The Vermont senator speaking with CBS News when he said, quote, "I haven't made a decision about 2024. We want people who are competent and capable. Being president requires a tremendous amount of energy." If elected, the socialist would be 83 years old when he was sworn into office. So maybe, well, I'm not going to say it. Bernie is okay. He's not ever going to be president, but he's an honest man. Some Russians are leaving their country to avoid Putin's draft. The Kremlin calling up 300,000 reservists to fight in Ukraine, the largest mobilization since World War II in Russia. Wealthy citizens now paying up to $25,000 to get the heck out by chartering planes. Russian police have arrested 2,000 anti-war protesters in the past week. New survey from U.S. News & World Report ranks the best countries in the world. Nations judged by quality of life, the economy, access to nature, and safety. Top 5, Sweden, the USA, Canada, Germany, number 1, Switzerland. That country has a population of 8.5 million people. Average income in the Alps, $75,000. But remember, you have to yodel. As for living in the USA, as James Brown once sang, our country still provides the most opportunity to the most people on planet Earth. In a moment, Republicans, Ron DeSantis and Donald Trump. How different are they? Right back. Bill O'Reilly here, and here comes the 12th killing book, Killing the Legends, The Lethal Danger of Celebrity. Elvis, John Lennon, Muhammad Ali all had one thing in common. They lost control of their lives, and that led to their deaths. Killing the Legends, the latest in the most successful nonfiction book series of all time. Available wherever books are sold.
Have you downloaded the Florida Man Radio app from your app store yet? Want to know what you're missing out on?
Yes.
Let's break it down. Use the open mic feature to record a 30-second voice message for Bubba the Love Sponge, Justin Clark, or Shannon Burke, and we could play it live on the radio. Catch up on podcasts from all your favorite shows and get all the news you need to know in one spot. And of course, you can listen to Florida Man Radio live from anywhere, 24/7. The Florida Man Radio app. Download it today.
Creative Floors. It's worth talking to the experts.
It's time to tackle the flooring projects you've been putting off with our Save Big Sale, only at Creative Floors. Hi, Nancy here, and we have hand-selected fantastic savings on select tile and luxury vinyl planks you won't want to miss. Score big on savings throughout our showroom on carpet, wood, and laminate. With 1 year no-interest financing, you will be the MVP in your home. Visit us at CreativeFloorsOnline.com for locations.
And now for the O'Reilly Update message of the day. Right now, the leading Republican candidates for the 2024 presidential sweepstakes are Florida Governor Ron DeSantis and former President Donald Trump. No other Republican is even close to those two individuals. So let's take a look. Donald Trump, born in Queens, New York, June 14th, 1946. He is 76 years old. Estimated net worth, $3 billion. Educated at Wharton School of Business, University of Pennsylvania, and Fordham in the Bronx. He assumed control of the Trump Organization from his father in 1971. His real estate development firm has built properties across the USA, Asia, and Europe. Donald Trump was elected 45th president of the USA in 2016. As you know, he only served one term. He wants another. Ron DeSantis, born in Jacksonville, Florida, September 14th, 1978. He is 44 years old. Estimated net worth about $300,000. Studied at Yale, then Harvard Law. Joined the Navy 2004. Was assigned to the Navy Judge Advocate General Corps, that's JAG. Later served in Naval Special Warfare Command in Central California, deployed to Iraq 2007. DeSantis served as a member of Congress from Florida's 6th District from 2013 to 2018. He was elected governor of Florida in 2018. Widely believed that he will be reelected in November. Now, it is possible that Donald Trump and Ron DeSantis will team up on the same ticket in 2024, but one of them, DeSantis, would have to give up the Florida address. So Ron DeSantis, for example, would have to get an apartment in southern Georgia or someplace in order to run as vice president, because the 12th Amendment to the Constitution states the electors shall meet in their respective states and vote by ballot for president and vice president, one of whom at least shall not be an inhabitant of the same state. But it's not hard for politicians to get residency in another state. Hillary Clinton did that in New York. As for policy, Trump and DeSantis are pretty close. Both govern in a conservative way. DeSantis is a doctrinaire conservative. He is a believer in traditional tenets. Donald Trump is more of a practical conservative. Now, the media, which of course is allied with the Democratic Party, would have you believe that Trump and DeSantis don't like each other. They are feuding